To drink, easy to enjoy. Hy-Vee. Score big savings with a Hy-Vee Perks membership. Iowa corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Also brought to you by Oak Knoll Retirement Community, Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited, the official travel partner of the Hawkeyes, and by University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Hawkeye Baseball is on the air.
From the campus of the University of Iowa, it's baseball time in Iowa City. Live from Duane Banks Field, it's Game 1 of a border battle series between the Nebraska Cornhuskers and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Welcome to the broadcast booth at Banks. Alongside my fine color analyst John Evans, I'm John Leo. Back to conference play this evening as Iowa hosts Nebraska. The Hawkeyes are 21-10 overall, 12-3 in the Big Ten. Iowa has won all 5 of its Big Ten series, including sweeps of Ohio State and Minnesota. The Hawkeyes return home after taking 2 of 3 from Northwestern in Evanston last weekend, and also picked up a midweek win over Milwaukee on Tuesday. Nebraska comes in at 15-18 overall. They're 4-8 in the Big Ten, but don't let that fool you. This is a dangerous Husker team that has 4 ranked wins in 2025. Nebraska has 2 wins over then 5th-ranked Oregon State, 16th-ranked Vanderbilt, and earlier this week over 22nd-ranked Kansas. A pitcher's duel featuring 2 southpaws this evening, Cade Obermuller for Iowa and Will Walsh for Nebraska. A series that goes all the way back to 1894. There's no love lost between these programs. It's the Big Red and the Black and Gold. It's Nebraska and Iowa, live from Duane Banks Field in Iowa City, with first pitch coming in a bit. Iowa took down Milwaukee 11-6 in the midweek. Here are some of the highlights. First one to Miles. He lines left side. Fair! And into the corner in left field. Mitchell's around third. He'll score. They're going to hold Reese Moore at third base. It's an RBI double for Miles Risley. 2-0 Hawks. Hackett looking to strike out the side. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Hackett strikes out the side in the 4th. Kaufman comes set. The right-hander delivers. Reese rips down the right field line, and it is fair. One hopping off the wall. Mitchell will score. Reese hustling for 2. He's there with a double. 5-0 Iowa. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter, as this is clobbered to straightaway center. Center fielder going back. Get going, baby. It is gone. Blake Guerin destroys it to center. A solo shot for Bop. 3-2. Strohmeyer lifts in the air to left field. Left fielder moving back. He's still going, and it is gone. An opposite field home run that got out of here on a line. Knocked it off the scoreboard for Strohmeyer. A 3-run shot. 2 balls and 2 strike as Whitlock delivers. Ground ball to short. Mitchell's got it. Underhand toss for second for 1. Over to first for the double play. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch to Nelson's hit left side and through into left field. Strohmeyer's around third. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. And it's an RBI single for Andy Nelson, giving Iowa an extension to their lead. It's 11-2. Tony set. Here's the pitch. Line drive up the middle. Schulte dives. He knocks it down. Throw to first in time. Schulte with the web gem. How about that play? Iowa looking for its 21st win of the season. Watts ready with the 1-2. From the belt, he kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Watts. And that's a Hawkeye winner. Iowa takes care of business tonight, 11-6 over Milwaukee. 11 runs, 13 hits for Iowa, 6 runs, 7 hits for Milwaukee. Bleeker, Wheatley, Hackett, Dete, Whitlock, Pearson, and Watts pitched clean innings for the Hawkeyes in the win. And Iowa now 21-10 on the season, getting ready to battle Nebraska here at Banks. Plenty of time to make it to the ballpark here in Iowa City. First pitch coming up just after 6 o'clock. We'll take a break. When we come back, John talks with assistant coach Mitch Bowe right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just needs someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family-owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Awards several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bentgrass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Welcome back to Hawkeye Pregame. I'm here with Hawkeye assistant coach Mitch Bowe.
How we doing?
Mitch, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. So we were joking beforehand that the running thing has been, hey, tell me about travel ball, but you may not remember travel ball.
Yeah.
So you did play here, though. So kind of remind everybody, 2000 teens you played here and kind of how that went.
Yeah. I played here 2015 was my first fall. Graduated in 2019. I was actually part of Coach Heller's first recruiting class here, which is pretty cool now that I get to say that. But it's great to be back. I took a little bit of time after graduating. Coached at Clear Creek Amana down the road here, and that turned into a job at Valparaiso University. Was the volunteer assistant there for actually about 2 weeks, and then got bumped up. We moved some coaches around, and was there for a year and a half, and then got the call to come home from Coach Heller. So I couldn't be more excited.
Well, not many in this day and age, especially, not many guys last 4 years in a college. So it's pretty good that you're here, and now you get to come back. So
yeah, it's changed so much since I was a player with just the transfer portal and NIL and all that stuff, and I'm kind of glad I wasn't in that mix, but 4 years here, I couldn't ask for a better 4 years here.
Well, I've heard your recruiting story. You may not have made it at this point.
Yeah.
So everybody sees you at third base. They know the third base coach. What's your other main role here? What are your other main roles?
So I work with our outfielders. Every single day. I assist Marty with the hitting when we go in and hit, and I do our defensive positioning on game days. So all the shifts you see, that's me. If you get a ground ball on the backside and a shift buster, you're going to see me getting upset over there. So, but yeah, that's basically kind of the gist of what I do around here. And obviously coach third, like you said, and that's probably my favorite part of the job is being able to go out there every inning and kind of when I was a player here, you see Coach Heller over there, and it was kind of an icon over there. He's been doing it for so long, and to kind of step in and take his role and have he has a bigger role in the dugout, and talking with our hitters and talking with our pitchers and kind of just more managing the game. It's been really good.
Well, let's hit that for just a second. people may wonder why Coach isn't out there now, but it's almost because it's the electronics. It's easier for him to get. There aren't any. Hey, the cap's the indicator, and I'm going to touch 3 things now. Yeah. They're getting signals sent into them on the wristbands, aren't they?
Yeah. We have the pitch comms in our helmet, so. It's actually Coach Heller's voice coming across. So it's
oh dear God, he's talking to
me. we still get Coach Heller in our ears. So that's the fun part. But yeah.
So and then I want to talk a little bit about the shifts, because I think there was one Tuesday that you had everybody on the left side and the kid just stuck his bat out and rolled it through the right side. But kind of what all goes into that, and I mean, because obviously you're never going to be 100% right on that stuff either, but kind of what are you looking for when you decide, hey, let's put 3 infielders on a side, or let's shade a guy in a certain direction?
Yeah, I'm trying to put our infielders where they hit the ball. That's the biggest thing, and where they hit the ball most often, I should say. There are some outliers, like a couple, cap shots off the end of the bat. You kind of just tip your cap to those.
You hope there's one of those and not 5 in an inning.
Yes, yeah. So it's a lot of numbers. It's a lot of data. Looking at a lot of data and watching a ton of video. What are they trying to do as a hitter? It's actually. You can kind of figure out a plan when you look at a spray chart at times, right? Like. If there are some crazy stuff going on, you hit the 2-strike button and you see, okay, that's a 2-strike adjustment. All right, we need to be able to adjust 2-strike. And our managers help us out incredibly. They build insane defensive charts and stuff that's way over my head. But my job is to kind of just simplify it and have something that I can look at quick in a game to make an adjustment if need be.
So where does the art come into the science? Is that, like you said, the 2-strike adjustments, or is that in game of watching of, hey, this guy can't see what Obi's throwing, so maybe his chart's going to be off, so let's maybe not do the full shift this time.
Yes. Obi is a fun one to plan for. You always got to take that with the grain of salt. Some of the lefties that they may have been seeing are not the caliber that Obermuller is, or has the stuff that Obermuller has. So you kind of it's a lot of in-game adjustments. When it comes to Obi, but there's the basic is just let's put our players where they hit the ball the most often. Yeah. And that's all I'm trying to do is give our guys a chance at every single ball to make an out. So
pretty good. I know you probably got some stuff to do. I think they're finishing up, but I'll let you get going here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Assistant Coach Mitch Bowe, third base coach, all-around good dude. We'll be back. John Leal will have Coach Heller after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Different people have different needs. Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to your community. Visit sharinghealthysmiles.com and choose Delta Dental. For your smile, for your health, for your community.
Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball forward Hannah Stuelke teamed up with 22 and Vine at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort to bring you an exclusive creation, the Hamburger. This mouthwatering masterpiece features 2 delicious sausage and beef patties with crispy bacon jam, melted American cheese, and a perfectly fried egg, all nestled on a French toast caramelized brioche bun. Experience the Hamburger today, available only at 22 and Vine. It's a game changer.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball today. The series opener with Nebraska here at Banks. We're joined by head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller. Coach, a good midweek victory over Milwaukee this week.
Yeah, thanks, John. It really was. First 5 innings were really well played, really well pitched. Good at bats up and down, and we got a lead and kind of flipped some guys out and adjusted who we were going to throw and that type of thing. And then, unfortunately, that didn't go so well. The last 4 innings were really sloppy, and we didn't pitch as well and let them back in the game a little bit and score 6 runs. But there were a lot of positives in those first 5, and some guys threw, I thought, better than they had in a while. So it was good to get the win, and really was pleased with the game that Kellen Strohmeyer had. He's not starting tonight, but would have been if it was a right-handed pitcher throwing, and likely will be tomorrow, and probably see some action if we knock Walsh the lefty out. Kellen's been doing a really nice job.
Coach, you talked about some of the pitchers maybe needing to step up out of the bullpen to claim a spot on the weekend. Did anybody catch your eye in that game against Milwaukee that might be a little closer to earning some time on the weekend?
Well, no, it was really more the guys who've been throwing well were the ones that threw well, and had some other guys that really didn't throw that well. So just got to keep plugging away and trying to stay positive, and all those guys are capable. They just got to get it figured out here.
All right, big weekend, Coach, with Nebraska in town. Let's talk about the rivalry a little bit. Iowa and Nebraska have been going back since 1894. We lead the all-time series with the Huskers. But just some of your memories, some of your thoughts on the rivalry between Nebraska and Iowa.
Well, I mean, it was my first series in the Big Ten when I first came to Iowa, and we won and walk off, and it was just a great game, exciting game, and historically for me it even goes back to UNI days. We beat them once when they were, I think, ranked number 2 or 3 in the country. Did our normal midweek through nine pitchers and beat them on a Tuesday on our way down to Wichita State. So I remember that, and if Gary Ryman's listening, he'll remember that too. His call was fun. Yeah. But no, it's just, for me, it is a rivalry, that type of thing. But I mean, me, we don't think like that. It's just, we know who they are as a team and what we have to do in our minds from our scouting report to beat them or try to beat them, and then ultimately it's just how well we play and trying to keep stringing good games together. We've had a 5-week run here where we've played really good baseball in pretty much all areas, and it's no different than any other Friday night game where we're sitting here and it's Kate Obermueller needs to give us a good start. We need to play clean defense, and our offense needs to be really committed to the plan. And like tonight, the plan against Walsh, he's a strike thrower, and Rob Childress is their pitching coach and longtime head coach at Texas A&M, and was with Coach Van Horn when they built the Nebraska program up. Went to the World Series when he was the pitching coach for Van Horn back in those days, and he's an outstanding pitching coach, and his staffs they throw strikes. And the thing about Walsh is he's really good at living on those edges, and he's trying to get you to swing early in the count at edge pitches and induce weak contact, and we're going to try our best to stay off the edge and make him throw it over the middle. And we had pretty good success against him last year as we beat him on Sunday, and I believe we beat him even the year before, and when he was the Friday night starter. And so we've had some success against him, and but we know he's capable. He's definitely capable, and we're gonna have to be dialed in. But it's more about our pitching and defense. I think is going to be the big factor tonight. Not giving them free bases, and it's a good matchup for Cade with all their left-handers, and we'll just see how it goes.
So what is the approach then from the pitching standpoint with Cade against all those left-handers? Big power hitting team, big contact team. What do you see from Nebraska?
Not a big power hitting team, but has have a mix of power throughout the lineup. Their speed. Try to kind of be a little bit like us with guys that cause trouble and find ways to get on base, and but they do have some power in their lineup. It's just hard. It's hard a lot of times to kind of tell if it, because their field, the wind blows out, but they don't have nearly as many home runs this year as they have in the past. And I don't know if Swanson's playing, but he's an Iowa kid and has played well against us. He hasn't had a great year so far and hadn't been playing a lot, but he's got big time power if he's playing. But tonight, you can get it out of here tonight. But it's a nice night, but it's cool, and what wind there is blowing in. It's not going to be easy to hit it out of here by any stretch, but it's not going to be like a lot of days where you can't hit it out of here. But because there were balls that did get out in left field in batting practice, and but to me it's going to be just about Cade. Is he going to, if he throws strikes and can mix, he's going to have a good night.
You look at Nebraska, Coach. They're 15-18. They're 4-8 in the Big Ten. That doesn't add up to what you see as they're taking BP right now, does it? No, and
they kind of drew the short stick with the conference schedule. They had to go to California and play USC and UCLA in 2 consecutive weekends, and they had to do it week 4 and 5. Well, as you well know, by week 4 you're just starting to get going, maybe who your team is, and those California teams are going to be way ahead of you. Right. So that was a really tough draw, and it was really, so you need to look at that record with, in perspective, and then you look at the last 2 weekends, and they've won both series. They beat Oregon State, who's, we're going to see them, and you're going to see, they got arms and arms and arms, and they beat them twice, and they beat Rutgers twice. So they've won their last 2 series, and then they beat Kansas on Tuesday night, who's ranked 22nd in the country, on the road. So they're in a pretty good place right now.
Is it fair to say they're maybe the stiffest competition we're going to see to this point of the season?
I think they're the best overall team. Now, I don't think it's the best starting pitching we've seen. Okay. They lost. That's another reason why the record isn't where you might think it would be. They lost their number one for the year, and one of the best, and some people think the best pitcher in the Big Ten possibly for the season. And just we know what that would do to any team.
Anticipating a pretty big crowd here all weekend. This is the first weekend that we're going to have really good weather for all 3 games, Coach. It feels like it'll be a true series, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 1 game each day. Should have a great crowd here. Message to the fans headed into the weekend.
No, I hope to see everybody at the ballpark, and if you're listening and hadn't decided yet, come out and support us. We really could use the support, and it should be a great series. And other than being a little cool tonight, it's going to be really, really great weather. And I can tell you this, I'm really happy I'm not playing weatherman for the first time for a home series, I think, in 3 or 4 years. So
you get that part of your job off this weekend, huh, Coach?
Yeah, well, let's hope.
Yeah. Hey, a packed Banks can make a pretty big difference, can it, Coach?
It definitely can, and you look at our home record.
Yep.
In the last 11 years, and it's pretty impressive. And that's because of the great Hawk fans that come out and support us.
All right, Coach, good luck against Nebraska tonight. Thanks for your time.
All right, thanks a lot, John.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from Banks. We're back with starting lineups and first pitch. It's the Big Red and the Black and Gold. Back in a moment. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. As a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season, please join American Equity in thanking all who have served our country. American Equity is more than just retirement savings and income products. They are committed to providing you best-in-class service and high-quality retirement income that helps deliver the independence to dream and reach your goals. To learn more about American Equity, please visit their website at american-equity.com.
John Evans and John Leo back in the broadcast booth at Duane Banks Field in Iowa City. The series opener between Nebraska and Iowa coming up moments away from first pitch. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. A packed Duane Banks Field this evening. You look to your right, it's all black and gold. You look to your left, there's black and gold with a little bit of red as Nebraska is in town for the weekend. John Evans, let's go. Let's get after it.
It was all I could do when you opened and said, next to my fine color analyst, and I was just going to say, and 7 of your other friends stuffed in the press box at Banks. But yeah, it's great crowd here so far, and beautiful night and weekend for baseball.
The last few times that these teams have met, the series has been a doozy. Iowa swept Nebraska 2 years ago here. Nebraska won 2 of 3 last year over in Lincoln. We'll see what this series has in store in 2025. All right, we'll take a break. We're back with starting lineups and first pitch right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Different people have different needs. Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to your community. Visit sharinghealthysmiles.com and choose Delta Dental. For your smile, for your health, for your community.
Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball forward Hannah Stuelke teamed up with 22 and Vine at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort to bring you an exclusive creation, the Hamburger. This mouthwatering masterpiece features 2 delicious sausage and beef patties with crispy bacon jam, melted American cheese, and a perfectly fried egg, all nestled on a French toast caramelized brioche bun. Experience the Hamburger today, available only at 22 and Vine. It's a game changer.
All right, the national anthem is complete in Iowa City. It's time for tonight's starting lineups as the Hawkeyes are about to take the field defensively. First, we'll go with Nebraska, the visitors. They are 15-18 overall. They're 4-8 in the Big Ten. Nebraska with series wins over Rutgers and 5th-ranked Oregon State. Series losses in the Big Ten to Washington, UCLA, and USC. So the Huskers will come with this batting order and starting lineup today. Case Sanderson will be the leadoff hitter at first base. Riley Silva, he's speedy. He plays center field and will bat second. Caden Brumbaugh, the second baseman, will bat third. Middle of the order for Nebraska, Tyler Stone, the DH. Dylan Carey, the shortstop. Max Butenbach, the right fielder. 7, 8, 9, Gabe Swanson in left. Will Jeske, the catcher. And Joshua Overbeek at third base. So again for the Huskers, Sanderson at first, Silva in center, Brumbaugh at second, Stone the DH, Carey the shortstop, Butenbach the right fielder, Swanson in left, Jeske catching, and Overbeek at third base. For Iowa defensively on the infield left to right, Cooper Schulte gets the start at third. Gable Mitchell's at shortstop. Ben Swales is at second base. The first baseman today is Blake Guerin. In the outfield left to right is Ben Wilmus, Miles Risley, and Andy Nelson. Today's catcher is Dan Rogers. And starting on the mound for the Hawkeyes, the left-hander, the hometown kid, Cade Obermuller.
The other accolade you left out, the Big Ten Pitcher of the Week. As Cade was outstanding in his last start against Northwestern, but on the year 3-2 with a 2.51 ERA and 8 starts. He's got a complete game, 46 2/3 innings, 35 hits, 17 runs, just 13 of those earned. He's walked 14, he's struck out 65. When you take a look at the Big Ten stats, he is top 5 in a whole lot of them as you go through the list. And I'm going to do it. You and I talked about whether or not to talk about kind of the run that Cade's on. Cade got off to maybe a little bit slower start than we expected early in the year. His last 3 starts, listen to these numbers, 19 innings, 7 hits, 1 run, it was unearned. He's walked 5, he's struck out 32. He's 3-0. Obviously, Iowa's won all 3 of those games as he's got an outstanding run support in addition to that. But this is the guy that you kind of expected to see, and Cade has turned it on now. He needs to continue to do it, as we've talked about. Iowa's in first or second in percentage points, however you want to look at it in the Big Ten, but it's halfway. Yep. You got the back half of the Big Ten season to go, and this is, as Coach Heller said, this is probably the best team that Iowa has faced, and the road will get stiffer. And so, it's great. You banked wins. You did what you needed to do in the first 15 games. Now you got 15 more that you need to finish strong with.
Certainly the confidence should be there for the Hawkeyes, playing well, 12-3 in the Big Ten. John, what do you make of the rivalry factor? Do you buy into it? Do you leave it as it is? Do you treat this like any other game? What do you say?
I'm an any other game guy. I mean, if you start rolling, I guess I kind of take the Kirk Ferentz approach. You start rolling too high for specific games. You set yourself up for bad, because then you take, okay, so let's say something bad happens. Let's say Iowa goes 1-2 this weekend. If you've made it such a big deal, then it's much more devastating than what it should be when you're still the second place team in the Big Ten. So just win today.
Yep.
Take care of today. Tomorrow we'll come around and we'll worry about that, and then Sunday will be great and we'll do that too.
Let's focus on Friday. All right. Ready for first pitch. Cade Obermuller on the mound. Case Sanderson is in the box for Nebraska. Obermuller delivers the first pitch, up and in for ball 1. We're underway right on time at 6:02 in Iowa City. Sanderson, a left-handed hitter, sophomore first baseman, batting up over 300 at 307. He's got an open stance, pointing out to right field. The 1-0 pitch. That's across for a strike. It's 1-1. Calling balls and strikes today, David Ewell behind the plate. Terry Helgett at first base. Chris Dykman out at second. Dominic Longbuco at third. 1 ball and 1 strike as Obermuller looks in for the sign. Now he comes set. The left-hander's ready, and he pitches. Strike 2. Got him with the slider.
4 lefties in this lineup for Nebraska, so just they might not have seen a whole lot of lefties like Cade.
Obermuller in the driver's seat. 1 ball, 2 strikes, just underway in Iowa City. Here's Cade's pitch. Swing and a miss. Good start for Cade.
Really well done there. Started with the 94-mile-an-hour fastball up high. Got back in the zone with another fastball, and then showed Sanderson 2 breaking balls for strikes.
Here's Riley Silva, another left-handed hitter, strolling to the box for the Huskers. Nebraska wearing charcoal anthracite uniforms, tops and bottoms.
You were dying to use anthracite again.
Hey, it's just like Michigan State. Nebraska spelled out in red script. Got red numerals on the front left hip. Red numerals with white trim. Their last names are spelled in white on the back of their uniforms. First pitch from Obermuller's high to Silva, who had shown the bunt. Iowa wearing all white uniforms. Hawkeyes spelled out in black block lettering across the chest with gold trim, black numerals. Gold caps in the field today for Iowa with the black bill. A ball and no strikes with 1 out. Obermuller's pitch, it hit Silva in the elbow. Did he lean into that? Nope, he's hit by the pitch, and he will be awarded first base.
Surprised there was really much doubt about it. Home plate umpire came out and made a bit of a show about it. But
I'm not sure why there was such an emphatic call. I'm in agreement with you, John.
Yeah, based on as quickly as Silva reacted, you don't fake that part. So now if it rattled the bat, I suppose that could send some bees in your hands. But
first right-handed hitter into the box for Nebraska. This is Caden Brumbaugh. He bats .304 for the Huskers, plays second base. Taking a moment here to check on Silva at first base. Silva's quick. He's 5 of 8 in stolen bases. I remember he led the Big Ten for a long time last year. Fewer stolen bases in 25.
He's only hitting .269 and 7 walks. Now that was his 11th hit by pitch, but
Obermuller's pitch, slider, that's a high strike. Good start from Cade on Brumbaugh. Most at bats on the team with 135. 9 doubles. Tied for the team lead.
Yeah, this isn't a Nebraska team with a lot of pop. We saw the last couple of years, we've seen a team with a lot more extra base hit power. This one isn't quite there yet. We'll see. They've heated up a little bit as the weather's warmed up.
And they play in such a hitter-friendly park. They're near the bottom of the Big Ten in slugging at .408. Obermuller ready with the 0-2. Here it comes. Swing and a miss through the flamethrower right by him.
Good bounce back there from Cade. And up steps Tyler Stone, and I remember him last. He's got a little pop. The 5 home runs. You got 3 hitters in a row here with 5 home runs. I certainly remember he hit an absolute bomb last year.
Right.
Over in Lincoln.
Big, stocky, left-handed hitter. He stands in batting .262. He's a vet, too. He's a senior. Not much wind to speak of. You wouldn't be able to read the names on the schools and the flags out there across the outfield wall. 2 outs in the top of the first. Stone's the DH.
.22 strikeouts to just 8 walks, though, so if you kind of stay out of the middle of the plate.
Left-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter. Obermuller's first one is on the way. It's a fastball at the knees for a strike. Burned it at 93.
Yeah, 22 strikeouts at 84 at-bats, so.
Silva, the runner at first base. He's got a short lead over there. Swales at second base. He's in shallow right, shifting over to the pull side. Worried about Silva, and so Cade will throw it over. No balls, 1 strike on Stone. Cade's ready. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Gable's there. He'll win the race to second base for the force out. Nothing doing for the Huskers in the top of the first. It'll be Ben Wilmus, Gable Mitchell, and Reese Moore coming to the plate for Iowa in the bottom half of the inning when we come back. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides the direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. A message from Iowa HHS.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bent grass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
Welcome back to Hawkeye Baseball. We can all help prevent suicide. There is hope with the 988 Lifeline. Call or text 988 now.
Starting lineup for Iowa today. Ben Wilmus will lead things off back in the starting lineup after taking the midweek off. Gable Mitchell at shortstop. He'll bat second. Reese Moore's the DH. He'll bat third. Middle of the order, Miles Risley in center. Blake Guerin at first. Dan Rogers, the catcher for Iowa. 7, 8, 9, Cooper Schulte at third. Andy Nelson out and right. Ben Swales at second base. Again for the Hawks. Wilmus in left. Mitchell at short. Moore the DH. Risley in center. Guerin at first. Rogers is catching. Schulte at third, Nelson in right, and Swales at second base. Starting pitcher today for Nebraska is left-handed redshirt senior from Leawood, Kansas. This is Will Walsh.
4-4 on the year with a 4.36 ERA in his 7 starts. 43 and a third innings, 40 hits, 24 runs, just 21 earned. He's going to make the Hawks put the ball in play. 9 walks, just 39 strikeouts. The thing I remember, he's been outstanding in the Big Ten tournament. As there's strike one to Ben Wilmus. Last year, a complete game against Indiana, an elimination game, 2 runs on 6 hits, 5 strikeouts. 2023 complete game, 4 hit shutout as he kept Nebraska in the tournament as well. So
Wilmus batting for Iowa, and he skies one into right field. Butenbach is over there, and he makes the catch for the first down.
So the key, there's 2 keys. One, how big is umpire Ewell's strike zone? You know, will Walsh be able to nibble on edges and get calls, and then will Hawkeye hitters be able to lay off the edges and get him into the middle of the plate and try to create some damage?
Here's Gable Mitchell, left-handed hitter. Takes a first pitch strike from Walsh.
This Walsh, again, isn't going to really have what you call overpowering stuff. Fastball is going to be in the upper 80s. He'll throw a slider and a change.
Mitchell hits it on the ground to first. Didn't draw good contact on that. And Sanderson will take it to the bag himself.
Both balls that Iowa has swung at, though, have been in the middle of the plate. They've been down. They've been good location that way, but they haven't been out on the edge. But still 4 pitches and 2 outs, though.
See if Reese will take one here. Walsh has pitched several times against Iowa. Last year over in Lincoln, he went 4 2/3, gave up 5 hits, 3 earned. He walked 2. Iowa won that game 4-1. Got a couple runs off him in the first and the second inning. Off speed away from Reese. That's a ball. 1-0. Also saw him here on the Sunday game 2 years ago. Only made it through an inning and a third. 3 hits, 3 earned. Had a short leash through 36 pitches. In Iowa's 6-1 win over Nebraska. It's 2-0 on Reese. He swings and misses. 2-1.
Challenged Reese there. 88-mile-an-hour fastball. Belt high, and Reese just missed it.
Base is empty and 2 outs. Fastball outside, ball 3. Risley on deck if Reese can find a way on. Big gap in left center for Moore. Here comes the 3-1. Check swing. Ooh, they say that Reese went around. It's 3-2. The pitch probably was low.
Wow.
Boy, yeah, it looked, I don't know that the bat head looked like it carried that far through. This makes it a big pitch, the 3-2. Reese sends down the left field line. It is foul by just a couple feet. Opposite field poke from Moore. Just to the left of the white line. We'll do it again. Another full count pitch. Walsh has a fly out and a ground out of Iowa hitters. Reese back in the box, and he's ready. Here comes the 3-2 from Walsh. Low and out, ball 4. 2 out walk keeps the inning going for Iowa. Here comes Miles Risley.
He probably should have walked 3 pitches ago, but he did not look like he swung at that other one, but he obviously did because the umpire said he did. But worked some extra pitches into it, so that's not a bad thing for Iowa.
Here's Miles Risley. Risley, the center fielder, has started every game for Iowa this year.
You want to see Riz be a little particular here.
First pitch to Miles is a breaking ball low and in. A little bit jumpy, but he was able to hold up.
I think he really wants to swing on that. We talk about that with Gable a little bit. he's willing to get after one. Good recognition there to not chase.
The 1-0 from Walsh. Miles takes a high and inside strike. It's 1-1. Risley batting .330. 6 doubles, 4 home runs. The 1-1. Miles popped up down the first base side. Sanderson moving over. Right fielder coming forward. He can't make a play, and it is just foul.
That's another pitch, though. 89 miles an hour right in the middle of the plate. You just got to do damage on that. Saw Reese Moore swing through a fastball. And see Miles just flare one up there.
Yeah, Iowa's had pitches to hit in this first inning, haven't they?
Yeah, and that's going to have to take advantage. Boy, look where the right fielder is now.
Way over towards the line. Here comes the 1-2. Risley hits in the air to the right center field gap. Right fielder on the run, and he catches up to it to make the grab in the gap. Risley almost got it down. He gave it a ride, but it's caught by Butenbach. All right, we're through 1. No score between Nebraska and Iowa. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. As a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season, please join American Equity in thanking all who have served our country. American Equity is more than just retirement savings and income products. They are committed to providing you best-in-class service and high-quality retirement income that helps deliver the independence to dream and reach your goals. To learn more about American Equity, please visit their website at american-equity.com.
Leaders know there's no guide to greatness. When everyone else says something can't be done, they know it only hasn't been done yet. True leaders weather the fiercest storms and look deep within themselves to rise above and help others find their way forward. At Great Southern Bank, we're proud to partner with visionaries that help raise the tide for all of us. And when you're ready to bring your vision to life, we'll be right behind you with award-winning support.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Okay, baseball is brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. Stop by today for a relaxing massage at the spa, fine dining at Ruthie's Steak and Seafood, and so much more. Visit Riverside Casino and Golf Resort today, located minutes south of Iowa City.
John Evans and John Leo with you from the broadcast booth at Duane Banks Field in Iowa City. No score through an inning of play between Nebraska and Iowa, the series opener. We'll play at 2 o'clock tomorrow, 1 o'clock on Sunday. Weather is supposed to be stellar. Sunny and warm. Cade Obermueller pitching for Iowa, and he snaps a slider in for a strike on Dylan Carey, the right-handed shortstop for the Huskers.
Yeah, this is supposed to be as bad as it gets.
Right. There's a little chill in the air, right? The 0-1 is waved at and missed, nothing in 2. He's got Carey on his heels. 31 strikeouts on the season. Leader in the lineup for Nebraska. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch just inside. Went with the fastball. Looked pretty good. Carey tight to the plate.
Yeah, that's a strike.
Made it look inside, didn't he?
Yeah, the fact that he dove out of the way like he was about to get hit by it, he sold it to the home plate umpire.
Throw it again. Ball and 2 strikes. Cade's pitch. It's tapped foul in the box.
And he did.
Same spot, you're right.
Just lowered it a little bit.
Although a big strikeout candidate, you got to watch out for him. Quite a bit of power here. 9 doubles, 5 home runs. You can't just give him something easy to hit. 1 ball, 2 strikes, just starting the second inning. Cade's pitch. That hit him in the back foot. Second hit by pitch drawn by Nebraska today.
Boy, and that's where the missed call kills you, because it took you 2 extra pitches to hit him and not get the out.
Yep.
I got to buckle back in here. Cade did a nice job after he hit Silva to get back in the at-bats and go.
It's Max Butenbach, right fielder for Nebraska. Left-handed hitter. He's a sophomore batting .317, and he's been on a tear his last 10. First pitch from Cade. That's up and in for a ball. Butenbach is batting .542, 3 doubles, 3 home runs in his last 10 games.
It sounds good.
Very good. Very slow start to the season through the first 20 games or so, but he's turned it around. Cade ready with the 1-0. Long pause, and he'll throw it over to first base. That's .317, and he's only played, this will be his 23rd game.
Yeah, the bottom half of the lineup here is guys that haven't started a ton.
Obermuller's 1-0. Swung on and missed, 1-1.
Most of the guys here at the bottom have started or started about half the games, so a fairly unique lineup here.
Familiar names to us that have been doing this for a few years. With Swanson on deck. Ball and a strike. Cade's ready. Here's the pitch. Outside corner. That's strike 2. Butenbach can't stand it. It's called strike.
Not sure why he's angry. He'll get his pitch report when he's after the game and realize that was easily a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes with nobody out in the second. No score between Nebraska and Iowa. Decent lead at first base. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle. Got him with the slider. Couldn't bring the bat off his shoulder. 1 down.
Yeah, he was, we'll call it puzzled. Again, with 4 left-handers in the lineup, I'm not sure many of the left-handed hitters will have seen the quality of Cade and the slot that he brings it in, and then that much sweeping break.
Cade's up to 3 strikeouts now. Here's Gabe Swanson. Right-handed hitter. A lot of power here. He's from Johnston. So an Iowa kid. Across the river to the west and went to Nebraska. Swanson batting .188 for Nebraska, but he went on a tear at the Big Ten tournament last year.
Tournament, absolutely. One of 2 Iowa kids on the Nebraska roster. Yeah, he's another one of those that maybe it's when the lights come on or the game gets big that he shows up. So
certainly a big game for him, playing back in his home state. 1 ball, no strikes. Cade throws it over to first again. Back-to-back pickoff attempts.
Yeah, he was on the all-regional team last year. Swanson was on the all-regional team last year, too. So after the Big Ten tournament, he kept the tear going.
You suppose these two had some good battles back in the day? High school? City versus Johnston?
Could have.
1-0 pitch. Obermuller can't quite catch the outer edge. Swanson's a senior. Cade's a junior.
Yeah, I would have certainly imagined they met somewhere along the way. A little big school action.
2 balls and no strikes. Here's Cade's pitch. High and out. Missed again. Ball 3.
Well, those are close. Just off the plate, though.
Will Jaski's on deck, the catcher. Cade gets the corner on the 3-0 pitch. It's called strike. Schulte at third. He's protecting the line. No doubles. 3 balls and a strike. Obermuller ready. And he'll throw it over to first again. Carries the runner at first base. He has 4 stolen bases. Three balls, 1 strike with 1 out in the second. Cade kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, 3-2.
Back-to-back fastballs kind of up and away, so good pitches from Cade. Looks like Swanson maybe wants to pull a little. It's a tough pitch to pull, so see what Cade comes with now after showing him the 2 fastballs.
He's worked away. We'll see what he does on the 3-2 from Obermuller. Here it comes. High and out.
Tried to go right back to it again, but unfortunately missed up and away.
He reared back and fired that.
Catcher, number 13, Will Jeske.
Full count walk. Brings up Will Jeske, the catcher, and Dan Rogers go out and talk with Cade. Jeske, a sophomore, batting .266. 3 doubles, 2 home runs. He does have a triple this year.
He's an action guy, though. 7 walks, 6 strikeouts. So he's looking to swing the bat and put it in play. That's kind of the worst part about letting Swanson get away is 20 strikeouts in 69 at-bats. But that's kind of the price you pay falling behind 3-0. So
right.
See if Cade can get back into it here.
3 base runners for Nebraska today, all via the free base. Cade looks to settle back in. Here's a line drive foul down the right field line. 2 hit batters and a walk. But Cade also has 3 strikeouts.
Well, it sounds weird to say. He hasn't been out of control. It just hasn't been pinpoint sharp, and he's just missed his edges.
No balls in the strike on Jeske. Here's Cade's pitch. Low and in.
And that's the one he's had a little bit of difficulty in, coming back inside to the right-hander.
Middle infield pinched for Iowa. Here comes the 1-1. This is ripped down the left field line and foul, thankfully. Jeske was ready for the slider. Ooh.
Actually, I'm not sure he was because he was way out in front of it, but he hit barrel with it for sure. 107 off the bat. Fortunately, I chose not to park right in that area.
Now Cade is in the driver's seat here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Obermuller from the belt pitches. Swing and a miss. He spun him with the slider.
Really good bounce back there from Cade. He'll get an opportunity to do the same thing now here to Overbeek.
Overbeek, the third baseman. Switch hitter for Nebraska. He'll go from the right side against the left-hander Obermuller. First and second with 2 outs. Cade checks the runner at second, now pitches. Called strike at the knees, brought it in the back door. Iowa will have Guerin, Rogers, and Schulte due up at the bottom of the second when we get there. For now, 2 on and 2 out for the Huskers. No balls and a strike. Cade's ready, now he pitches. Same spot, same result. Strike 2 called. And now no balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Cade has the sign that he likes. Iowa fans getting behind him and urging him on. The 0-2. Popped up right side. Blake Guerin, the first baseman, is over, and foul ground, he caught it. For the 3rd out. Nebraska strands 2 runners. We'll go to the bottom of the second after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their woman-friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country.
Heck of a job, John Evans. Well done. The racing up the stairs, you get the read done right on time.
Jeez, that is well. All right, so for the TMI in the crowd, we've gone from, what do we have, 6 porta potties out
at
here?
At least.
To 3. And so the whole idea to think that we can run from the booth through a full, nice packed crowd and get to one of the 3 porta potties between innings is just complete fallacy. So you make do.
You got back in time. We're in the bottom of the second. Will Walsh pitching to Blake Guerin. No score between the Hawkeyes and the Huskers. And you're not kidding about it being packed, John.
That's a great crowd.
Awesome.
Really good.
Expecting it all weekend. 1-0 pitch to Blake. Swing and a miss. I think he was out in front of 88 there.
Yeah, he was ready to go, just maybe a little too ready.
Walsh, the left-hander, pitches to Guerin, who fouled it back to the screen, 1-2. Blake started a few games in a row now, batting .283, the junior from Minnesota. 7 home runs. Has 3 doubles. Here's the 1-2. Called third strike. Fastball low inside corner. And he threw it by Blake, 1 down.
Nebraska didn't throw that around. He jumped up like he was going to, and then he ate it and threw it right back to the pitcher.
Rare.
I mean, Walsh works really fast.
Yes, so he's ready to go right now, isn't he?
Yeah, as soon as Daniel Rogers glances up at him, that pitch is coming.
Lefty on lefty matchup here. Rogers takes an outside strike call.
That's the one Iowa doesn't want to see called a strike. That ball's a ball off the plate. But
the 0-1, that's outside. Spun it away from Rogers. Dan, the starting catcher for Iowa, batting .267, making his 27th start. 5 home runs, 4 doubles for Dan. Ball and the strike on him here, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Couldn't time up the off speed. It's 1-2.
I fooled him there, way out in front.
Good changeup. Walsh is on the rubber and ready to pitch. Rogers now getting in the box. The 1-2. Dan fouled it over to the left.
Well, I was talking to Wes Obermueller beforehand, and we were kind of talking about, a guy that's great on one time and maybe not so great the next time. And, if Will starts to feel like he's on a roll and all of a sudden the catcher's mitt looks huge.
Just outside on the 1-2.
Then that's all of a sudden it gets easier. Streaky shooter, if you want to take the basketball analogy, that idea.
Right. 2-2. Dan swings and misses. Good breaking ball from Walsh. Back-to-back strikeouts for him in the Iowa second.
Yeah, if he's hitting on the different pitches and Iowa's not seeing it out of the hand, then it's going to be some work.
2 outs for Cooper Schulte. Big Ten Player of the Week this week. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
See, you hate to swing at the first pitch every time, but that's probably the best pitch he's going to see. 89, middle of the plate. Ooh.
Fastball up and in. Didn't get the call there.
All right, that's the one they didn't give Cade last inning too. So we're net square there.
1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. The pitch to Schulte just about hit him. He turned away from it.
Well, if he'd have taken it, then we really would have been net square.
2-1 now. Walsh's pitch. Cooper crushed it to left. A no-doubter from Schulte. He hit it over the scoreboard. How about that?
How about 109 off the bat, 424. Cooper Schulte takes a low fastball in the middle of the plate and just demolishes it.
I lost it in the trees out in left.
Well, some wrestler's going to find it later on. Holy cow.
He got all of that one. 1-0 Hawks in the second.
They are going to be puzzled by what just slammed into their building.
Okay, hello.
Hope Raider Tello's paying attention.
1-0 Iowa. Here's Andy Nelson. He swings at the first pitch, sends a roller on the ground to short. It's thrown across the diamond for the third out, but Iowa gets on the board first. It's 1-0. Thank you, Cooper Schulte on a bomb to left. We'll be back for the third after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
FS Envision Seed Corn and FS High Soy Soybeans provide best-in-class traits and genetics that perform. In farming, bushels matter to your bottom line. Our field-proven products deliver high yields year after year. Get the seed you need from the people you trust. Contact your local FS Envision and High Soy retailer or visit fsseed.com to learn more.
Hey there, sports fans. Hungry for a legendary experience? Look no further than Bump's Restaurants, proudly named after the legendary Bump Elliott. Nestled right at the Finkbine Golf Course on Melrose Avenue, Bump's is your go-to spot for mouth-watering meals. Present your ticket from today's game at Bump's and get a buy one appetizer, get the second appetizer free deal. Offer good through the next home game. See you soon off Melrose Avenue at the Finkbine Golf Course. Bump's Restaurant, a legendary place with legendary food.
University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you no matter where you are in the state, changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org. We're doing a grand opening for the new North Liberty Hospital this weekend, so out in your neck of the woods.
That's right, I've heard about that. Beautiful facility, hospital, structure, everything that's being built up out there. Very nice. 1-0 Iowa as we get to the top of the third. Cooper Schulte with a solo home run with 2 outs. Big clutch 2-out hit. Puts Iowa up. Some run support here for Cade Obermuller, who will now pitch to the top of the Nebraska order.
Yeah, it's not the 12 and 13 he's got in the last 3 weeks, but he hasn't needed 12 or 13 either.
Pitching to Sanderson. First pitch to him is a breaking ball in for a strike. Started at the front right hip and then snapped right into the bottom of the zone. Strike one. The 0-1. Just high and out. Count even at 1 now. Sanderson struck out in the first. He's a left-handed hitter. One of the 4 that's in the lineup today for Nebraska. The 1-1, just outside, 2-1. It's been all spin to Sanderson in this at-bat.
Yeah, it'll be interesting now kind of how he attacks differently the second time through here.
Cade's 2-1 pitch is hit on the ground left side. Schulte with a backhand stop. Long throw from Coop is on the money. He got him. Great play, Coop.
Have yourself a 2.5 innings here, Cooper Schulte. Big Ten Player of the Week. Just great range there. Plants the foot and throws a strike across the diamond.
Doing it offensively and with the glove and the arm defensively.
Usually see it the other way. The guy makes the great defensive play, then gets his bat. Coop does it the other way, shows the bat, and then goes ahead and says, oh, yeah, I got this too.
Here's Riley Silva. Cade hit him in the first inning. Obermuller's pitch. Rides up and in, ball 1. Silva crowds the plate. He shows the bunt frequently, as he was doing there, but pulled it back.
Well, he has 18 hits on the season, and they're all singles. So Iowa outfield not terribly deep here.
1-0 is slapped foul over the Nebraska dugout to the left. He starts with an open stance, but as the pitch is being delivered, he closes it off.
Yeah, kind of the trigger to get him going.
Iowa's outfield shifting to left a bit. Right fielder Nelson staying put, but Risley in center is into the left center gap now. 1-1 is a spinner off the bat to Mitchell at short. Gable fields it on the run, throws to first, not quite in time. Silva beat it out. A slow spinner off the bat. Nothing you can really do about that.
94-mile-an-hour fastball comes off the bat at 49 and just finds an open hole there. And if Schulte could have gotten across in front of it somehow, which I'm not suggesting he could have, but that's the only way you're going to make that play. If it gets all the way to where Gable was at kind of a relatively deep short, you're just not going to throw him out.
Brumbaugh comes back up for the Huskers. Runner at first and one out. Cade's first pitch to him, just outside with a fastball.
That was great location from Cade, too, down and in. So just a tough pitch for Silva to handle, but fought it off. And cap tip.
Yeah, that's right. Short lead at first. Cade will throw it over anyways. Nebraska 33 of 47 as a team in stolen bases, and 13 of them come by the guy at first base or the guy batting. Brumbaugh with 8. Silva at first base with 5. Cade's 1-0. It's a high strike call, 1-1. Be a little careful throwing that pitch. If you keep it on the outside like that, that's all right. The high floating slider, you don't want to bring that into a righty, or at least be very careful doing so. Obermuller's 1-1. Fastball outside, good snag by Rogers.
Yeah, Cade's is obviously he's going to throw the Frisbees to both left and right-handers, but you're exactly right. Going to want to be particular about location. He might get away with it a little more with some of the hitters, but
2-1, just outside. Couldn't bring it in the back door with the slider, 3-1. Seen Cade try to hit edges at times.
Yeah, I like it better when Cade's just attacking.
Been able to get too many of the edges so far. 3 balls and a strike now. Throw it over to first. 1-0 Iowa in the top of the third.
I guess he'll probably stay away from him here too, but
Stone on deck, big power hitter. 3-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Brumbaugh thought he walked.
He did. That's the first. We've seen 2 inside strikes called balls. That's the first. That ball's 2.5 balls out. Good job by Daniel Rogers. See if Cade can take advantage.
3-2. Nope, missed. High and out. Ball 4.
Boy, you get the umpire to give you a strike that you maybe don't deserve. But then you don't squeeze it and take advantage of it. Now you got yourself in a little bother here.
Yeah, just not wanting to throw in on Brumbaugh. Everything was out, out, out.
Well, the Iowa scout is, once you're behind him, that's you kind of stay away from him. And I'm okay with that. You just got to get it to the plate.
Here's Tyler Stone. First pitch, just low from Cade. Stone grounded out to Mitchell in the first inning. He comes up. There's still some pressure here from Nebraska. Runners at first and second and 1 out.
And Nebraska dugout now up on the rail.
1-0 Hawks in the third. 1-0 pitch. Fouled back.
And you mentioned a good speed on the base paths for Nebraska now too. So Stone, if he could find a gap, chance to score 2 and give Nebraska the lead.
Count even at 1 with 1 out. Cade checks on Silva at second. The pitch hit in the air, left field, shallow left. Wilmus coming forward and also towards the line. Ben is there. He makes the catch for the second out. No tag for the Nebraska base runners.
Great pitch there from Cade. Fastball, knees are slightly below. Stone couldn't get down and get good contact on it. Just hit a weak fly ball. He got that important second out. Now you've got to finish it.
Here's Dylan Carey. Carey batting .283. Right-handed hitter. He was hit by a pitch earlier today. First one to him this time. It's a beauty from Cade. Backdoor slider, strike one.
Carey's got the most extra base hits, 14. Does strike out a ton, though, so you got, depends on which trend you want to follow.
Short lead at second, the 0-1. Hit in the air, right side, and fouling out of play. 0-2 now.
Cade got away with one there, 93 middle of the plate. But since he'd sequenced it well, wasn't necessarily looking for it.
No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. 2 on for the Huskers in the third. Here's Cade's pitch. Just outside. Carey got his hands started but was able to hold up. Cade really reached back and fired at 94 there.
Yeah, good fastball there. I know he hit a batter earlier with the back foot, but might see that again.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Obermueller.
Big battle back there after creating some trouble for himself again, but good job to get out of the inning.
Ben Swales will lead off Iowa's third inning. We're back after this. The Hawks lead at 1-0. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bentgrass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. That includes fuel in our vehicles, so when you fill up, pump it up with unleaded 88 and support Iowa's corn farmers.
Ben Swales will lead off Iowa's third inning. The Hawks lead at 1-0.
Well, Walsh even throws his warm-up pitches fast.
He got through them. We don't have much time to dilly-dally, do we? Strike one to Ben. Swales, the starting second baseman. Batting .338 for the Hawkeyes, making his 22nd start. Change up down from Walsh. One is outside. It's 2-1 now.
Walsh has done a nice job landing multiple pitches, which is always a nightmare for hitters. So Ben's sit fastball here now, maybe.
Swales drives to left, but was in front of the off-speed, send it into the Nebraska bullpen. It's 2-2.
He may have been sitting on the fastball and unfortunately got a good breaking ball down in the zone. Good contact, just way in front.
Walsh is 2-2. Swales hit high to left field. Swanson moving over. Silva coming together with him. It's the center fielder, Silva, who makes the catch. One away.
Just got under that a little bit.
Left fielder Ben Willis.
And now we'll see what adjustments not only does Walsh make, but what approach does Iowa take a little different as they come through the lineup a second time.
Yep, back to the top. Here's Ben Wilmis. Slide out to right in the first inning. First pitch to Ben, dropped in for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1, Wilmus drives to right field. Butenbach going back towards the wall, and he makes the catch right in front of it. 2 down.
Pretty good contact for Ben on a pitch that was down and away. But unfortunately, same as the first inning, he's able to get tracked down.
Somehow that carried quite a bit, didn't it?
Really did.
I didn't think it had much of a deep chance.
I mean, he hit it solidly, but again, off the plate.
2 outs for Gable Mitchell. Walsh deals him a strike on the outer edge.
Ooh.
70 miles an hour. That was slow. Barely got the corner. The 0-1. Gable takes another strike.
Is Walsh a left-handed version of Savary?
He might be.
With a little less speed?
Less speed, maybe a little less movement, but everything is just...
Good
it feels soft, but the off-speed's incredible. 0-2. Gable lays off.
Yeah, I mean, just solid location, hits his spots. I was just trying to think of a comparison.
1 ball, 2 strikes, a pitch to Mitchell. Gable hits on the ground to the right side. Scooped up by Brumbaugh. He throws out Mitchell. Iowa goes down 1-2-3 in the third. We're back for the fourth after this. Iowa leads it 1-0. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Well, it's our biggest harvest ever thanks to Pioneer brand Z-Series Enlist E3 soybeans.
Yeah, fastest growing trait technology, the new standard for weed control. Amazing yields.
You don't sound happy.
I guess I just hate it when a great season ends.
Hey, remember what Coach said back in high school?
Just wait till next year.
See why more farmers are switching to America's #1 soybean trait technology at pioneer.com/grow-enlist.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork, and you get the best tasting hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes.
1 run, 1 hit for Iowa. No runs, 1 hit for the Huskers. Nebraska's left 5 on through 3 innings of play. And they've had a base runner in every inning so far. So we'll see what adjustments Cade Obermueller can make to maybe become a little bit more efficient so we can stretch out this outing a bit.
Yeah, that would be great if you didn't have to blow up your bullpen. But yeah, Iowa's 1 hit went a whole heck of a lot farther than Nebraska's 1 hit.
That's right. Cooper Schulte with a solo home run in the second cleared the wall by a ton in left.
Cleared the wall. I would guess it might have cleared the road. Could have cleared the cam bus that was driving by.
Obermueller pitching to Butenbach to start the fourth. Lefty on lefty matchup. Swing and a miss. Butenbach struck out looking in the second.
Yeah, I'd love to see Cade attack the bottom of the order here.
No balls and a strike. The pitch. Fastball just out. 1-1. Did a pretty good job against this portion of the order first time around. He hit the 5-hitter, walked the 7. Got a couple strikeouts mixed in. Iowa on top of the series opener 1-0 in the fourth. Here's the 1-1. Ooh, where'd that miss? Low? Just off the plate. Just below the zone, I should say. 2-1. Feels like a big pitch here to the leadoff hitter, the 2-1. That caught the outer edge, 2-2.
Right, that's the expanded strike zone there. Ball and a half, 2 balls out. Good frame job from Rogers. Snap it back in, but again, you got to take advantage of this.
That's right.
You get the call and help yourself out.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Cade's pitch. That's outside, ball 3. Butenbach was lunging. Kept his bat shouldered. Now it's a full count. Haven't been very many quick or short at-bats. Easy at-bats. Nebraska's tough. Here comes the 3-2. Fouled back to the pad. We'll do it again.
One of the things that has made Cade so good the last 3 weeks is a willingness to challenge hitters and get after them. Not really just depend on nibbling and look for the strikeout, even though he's gotten a ton of strikeouts.
Payoff pitch from Obermueller. Here it comes. This is a tapper, hit right back to Cade. He comes off the mound, bare hand, throw to first. Got him. Very smooth operation there, and it had to be because it was a spinner off the bat.
Yeah, that's a good play from Cade. Hasn't always fielded his position well, and so came off under control, got a good set, spun and made a good throw to Blake. Not an easy time. The sun's down a little lower now, so a little easier for Blake to see it, but needs a good throw to be able to make the play.
Good point. Fastball snapped high and out to Gabe Swanson. He walked his first time up.
Yeah, again, this is a guy who strikes out 20 times in 69 at-bats. Go get him.
Slider up, ball 2.
Again, recognizing that he's got some power. You can't just, hey, here's the lollipop fastball. But
and now that gets to be a concern because in a hitter's count at 2-0, you don't want to give in and cave like that. Next pitch, swing and a miss.
But see, that's the challenge you want to see. I think my 92-mile-an-hour fastball is better than you are. And in that case, it was. Now, you don't want to see how many times you can throw it to see if he can.
Once is enough for me right there.
Yeah, see if he can time you up, but now give him another pitch and go get him.
2-1. Low and in. Close. I like that pitch there from Cade.
Right. He changed location with it. Obviously you want it in the strike zone. And Daniel not being able to frame it. It was a ball, but not being able to frame it, he couldn't steal the strike.
3-1 on Swanson. The pitch from Cade. It's a called strike, low and in. Pretty much the same spot.
Yeah, he raised that pitch up 2-3 inches. He got the strike, and now that's 3 fastballs in a row. See if Cade trusts the fastball again or if he gives him off speed.
Full count. We were here before with Swanson. Walked him the first time. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Obermueller sets him down this time.
Went back to the off speed there and got him. Good bounce back. Now get ahead. Get ahead, go back to getting weak Cade contact. And
we haven't had to talk very much this year about first pitch strikes, but today I think Cade could really benefit from a few more of those.
Yeah, he's just, like I said, it's not that he's terrible. He's just not as sharp as we've seen him. Ooh.
Gets a swing and a miss from Jeske, who chased a fastball away.
I think that was the changeup.
There was something off it, I guess.
Yeah, and didn't sweep. I think he was waiting for, once he saw off speed, I think he thought it was going to sweep. It did not sweep.
Here's the 0-1. That's below the knees, 1-1.
But I mean, Cade is still at 61% strikes, so it's where he's raised his bar to that we feel like this is not good, or at least it's a struggle for him.
1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. This is hit in the air to center. Hit well. Risley going back. Miles running. He's at the wall. He leaps up and he caught it right in front of the wall. Risley's got speed. He's able to track it down. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Obermueller and the Hawkeyes. Iowa will look to add to its 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th when we come back. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Quinn Schulte, I play safety here at the University of Iowa. On the field, I stop the run, I make the tackle, and I get interceptions.
Rosmer to throw, has time.
Yes,
it's deflected.
yes.
Intercepted again by Quinn Schulte. He's running the other way at the 40-yard line. Hawks have another turnover. We're going to slam the lid, hopefully, down. Here's an interception. That'll do it. And it's Quinn Schulte. And down there, the Hawkeyes will have first and goal.
Off the field, I help my body's defense by choosing vaccines that are right for me. Ask your doctor or healthcare provider which vaccines are right for you.
A message from Iowa HHS.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SiriusXM College Sports Radio, there's complete coverage of every major conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 24.
As a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes, U.S. Cellular wants you to make the most of today by choosing game day traditions first and scrolling later. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Reese Moore, Miles Risley, Blake Guerin. They'll come to the plate for Iowa in the bottom of the fourth. The pitcher's duel so far, 1-0 Iowa. Each team with one hit. Iowa's hit, as John mentioned last inning, went a long ways, and it gave Iowa the lead. A solo home run from Cooper Schulte. A lot of power here. Moore, Risley, and Guerin. That'll be the Hawkeye hitters. They combine for 20 home runs. Reese Moore's got 9 of them. First pitch is in. Ball 1. He thought it hit him on the stitching.
So if you're going to get hit by a pitch, that looked like almost the best way to do it is let it graze your jersey.
1-0. Reese fouled back. Tried to jump all over that 78-mile-an-hour pitch from Will Walsh. Walsh has been good for Nebraska. 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned. He struck out 2 Hawkeyes. Walked 1. 1-1 to Reese. Hit in the air to left, right to Swanson, who's there for the first out.
Yeah, that was off the end of the bat. A cue shot right to him. Walsh has been great with location for the most part. He's made a couple mistakes.
Hadn't thrown very many pitches either, John.
No, I think it was 40 pitches through 3 innings. And so, I mean, that happens when you're one hit and you're not walking anybody. So that was why it was important for Cade to put up a relatively clean 0.
Miles Risley batting for Iowa, standing in from the right side. Ball 1 to him. .0 dropped in for a strike. Good looking changeup. Right at the bottom of the zone, 1-1.
Again, that's if Walsh is going to get that call, boy, it's going to be
tough sledding.
Yes.
1-1. Miles chops to third, past a diving third baseman, but the shortstop is there to back it up. Carey makes a good play, 2 down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Overbeek was doing other than making it more difficult on Carey. Carey had that easy. Not only did he have it easy, but then they had a really super routine-looking throw over.
2 outs now for Blake Guerin. It's been a quick inning.
Again, he's in the zone. He works fast anyway, but he's in the zone, and he's getting Iowa primarily with weak contact.
First pitch to Blake. Swing and a miss. He chased one in the dirt. You can't really ask him to take too many pitches, because the first pitch has typically been a strike. 1-1 on Guerin.
Well, yeah, when you've got a guy that's a strike thrower, and he's the thing with Walsh right now is he's doing it with multiple pitches. So it's not like, oh, hey, sit on this one, you'll be fine. He gets ahead of you 0-2.
1-1. Guerin is early on it and popped it foul over the Nebraska dugout.
And because he's doing such a great job with sequencing, he can throw that pitch and get away with it. 78 miles an hour, kind of upper knee to mid-thigh on Blake, and Blake's so far in front of it. And now Blake's going to have to be ready for any of the pitches. Hasn't really tried to jam any Hawkeye hitters, so he might start looking away and to right.
1-2. Blake hits high down the left field line, but he is way out in front of it. And it's a foul ball.
Yeah, that's exactly the same pitch Walsh threw to him the last one.
Worried about the fastball coming up, aren't you, John? It's about time, don't you think?
Well, and I think you kind of wonder if Walsh has it in his arsenal here to try to get a fastball inside. I think he's out if you throw a strike inside. But I could also see him trying to work that breaking ball away and try to catch the outside corner.
1-2 pitch to Guerin. Hit in the air down the right field line this time. Right fielder giving chase, and he dives but cannot make the play. It was an awkward dive from Butenbach out there in right, and he couldn't come up with it. It went off his glove.
He's got to get dressed again.
He lost all of his accessories.
He lost pitch comm, he lost sunglasses, he lost hat. Because they are not playing Blake to go to the opposite way. So that was a long run. Butenbach's made a couple of really nice running catches, but that one was possible, as obviously it hit his glove, but boy, what a chase.
Here's the 1-2 to Blake. Swing and a miss. There was the fastball. Guerin couldn't quite time it up. Iowa goes down quietly in the fourth. We're back after this. Iowa leads it 1-0. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family-owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Awards several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by Molly's Cupcakes in downtown Iowa City for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Before we move on to the top of the fifth inning, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield. (9-1-2) will come to the plate here for Nebraska in the top of the fifth inning. Overbeek, Sanderson, and Silva will face Cade Obermueller. 4 innings, a hit, no runs, a couple walks, and a couple hit batters for Cade. Go along with 6 strikeouts. Overbeek popped out and foul ground to Blake Guerin back in the second inning. Cade got his first 1-2-3 inning last inning. Sits at 69 pitches, though, through 4 innings. First pitch. Skips it off Daniel Rogers, ball 1.
(9-1-2) for Nebraska. Overbeek popped up his first time around. Obi snapped the fastball high and out, 2-0.
And this is just like we talked about before, 27 strikeouts in now 81 at-bats. And unfortunately, you're behind him 2-0. So
next pitch from Cade. Strike on the inner third, 2-1. Needed that one.
Yeah, really needed that one. And that's a pitch that hasn't been called a strike the whole time. So risky play there to bust inside, but good job. Now you need to keep getting through the at-bat here.
2-1. Same spot. Strike 2.
Overbeek didn't like that one any better. His knees kind of buckled, bounces on him. Cade's back in the at-bat.
Love the spot. It's almost unhittable. Counts even at 2 now. Cade's worked it back. The pitch. Chopped left side. Gable with a long run. Backhand stop. Throw from the hole. Got him! How about that?
Used the turf to his advantage. Just got rid of it quick and threw a bouncer to Blake Guerin. Worked out beautifully. Blake does a great job with the stretch for the first out.
That's the key there for Gable. Just get it out of your hand as quick as possible. Even if you have to turf it, even if you have to throw it low and bounce it, get it out, get it on its way over there.
Yeah, Gable's got a great fastball too, but in that case, it was more about just get it on line. Let 6'6" Blake Guerin stretch for you and just get it where he can reach it.
That's a big first out. Here's Case Sanderson, the top of the order. Cade's first pitch. Swing and a miss.
There's strike 1. Finally getting it earlier. Get control of the at-bats. I wouldn't be surprised to see one of these Nebraska hitters try to lay down a bunt.
Iowa infield playing very deep. The 0-1. Just off the plate outside. Maybe a touch low. It's 1-1.
That was 95 from Cade. So still with some gas in the tank there, but just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Just low.
Yeah, unfortunately, you took strike 1 and you lost the race to 3 anyway. Or race to 2.
See if Cade can settle back in here. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. He fooled Sanderson there.
Yeah, Sanderson was counting on a fastball ahead in the count. Instead, got a big sweeper from Cade. Sanderson nearly broke his wrist trying to slow the swing and stop the swing.
2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Obermueller comes set from the belt. He pitches. Swing and a miss. Down he goes.
Strikeout number 7 for Obermueller. Slow walk back to the dugout for Sanderson.
That brings up Riley Silva, who's been on both times today.
Yeah, the guy that Cade hasn't figured out how to get out yet, although he was pretty darn close last time.
Silva was hit by a pitch, and then he had an infield single, a little spinner, that he beat out from the left side. 2 outs, bases empty. Obermueller delivers. Silva shows the bunt, pulled it back, and it's a called strike. Good start from Cade on Silva.
Those first 2 at-bats, he showed bunt and about got hit by the pitch. That time, shows bunt and Cade threw the sweeper and caught the outside part of the plate.
No balls and a strike with 2 outs. Cade's ready and he pitches. This is bloop to short. Mitchell going back a few steps. Gable snagged it for the 3rd out of the inning. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for Cade and the Hawkeyes. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Iowa 1, Nebraska nothing. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing US Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever. Oh my goodness.
Visit U.S. Cellular in-store or online and we'll help set your phone to US Mode, even if you're not a customer. U.S. Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bentgrass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
Join the Swarm and team up with Iowa athletes to support local charities. Make a difference today. Visit iowaswarm.com to learn more. Speaking of that, head coach Ben McCullum will be here tomorrow. I think he's tossing out the first pitch and mixing and mingling on a tailgate.
That's right. A Hawk's Nest function for the student section. The Iowa students. Chance to meet Coach McCullum tomorrow. That begins at 1 o'clock. So an hour before the game. Will Walsh pitching to Dan Rogers to start Iowa's 5th inning. Each team with 1 hit. Iowa leads it 1-0.
Penn State beat USC 3-1. Moved to 10-6 in conference for Penn State. So battle of 2 good teams there, both 9-6 in conference coming into it. Michigan beats Mount St. Mary's in 7, 10-0.
2-0 to Rogers is a strike on the inner third. It's 2-1.
Minnesota beats Ohio State 10-5 in Columbus. Northwestern 9-5 over Michigan State, top of the 8th inning.
Is that off of Jerwa?
No, we thought it would have been. For some reason, Jerwa didn't start, so not sure what's going on there.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Rogers.
Purdue 2-0, top of the 8th inning over Rutgers.
That pitch is in the dirt. Full count now.
Maryland and Oregon postponed. Illinois, Indiana 3-1. Illinois, bottom of the 4th inning. USC
pulling for Illinois a bit in that series. Knocked down Indiana a bit.
Sort of, but I mean Illinois is 7-5.
Rogers hits the 3-2 in the air to left. Swanson shuffling back, and he makes the catch for the first out.
And Iowa plays Indiana and doesn't play Illinois. So,
what's their conference record? That's the only thing I was thinking
Illinois
about.
7-5, Indiana's 9-6.
9-6, okay.
And UCLA and Washington later tonight.
An old Pac-12 series.
Yep.
All right, one out for Cooper Schulte. He gave Iowa the lead in the second. Swings at the first pitch and fouled it back.
I'm not sure he's going to see a fastball. Or it'll be after a number of off-speed pitches.
He lines this into right field where it's caught by Butenbach, who almost came forward a bit too far there.
Yeah, that was 102 off the bat and actually had some backspin on it, so it was carrying a little bit more than Butenbach thought. But good job from Cooper to stay with the breaking ball on the outer part of the plate. Hit it hard, but boy, just no luck, no reward.
2 outs for Andy Nelson.
Take a pitch, Andy.
He does, and it's upstairs for a ball. I've seen what Iowa hitters have been doing here. They're going through their pre-pitch routine with their eyes on the plate. And at the very last moment then, the last thing they do is put their eyes up, which is a bit of a change in what we've seen.
Yeah, a lot of head down here trying to make sure. And then the umpire gives the go.
1-2 now on Andy after he's taken a couple pitches that have been in the zone.
My first pitch was in the zone too, so he's taken 3 strikes. So fortunately only had 2 of them called.
See what Andy can do with 2 strikes. Low and out, 2-2. Walsh has missed a bit more recently. Maybe that strike percentage is
less than 100 finally?
Yeah, feels like a little less.
68.3.
2-2. Fouled back. He's been good. No doubt about that.
Yeah, he's been really good. And again, it's kind of exactly what you expected. It's not overpowering stuff that's going to blow you away, but it's just been so good on the edges, and he's hit a lot of different pitches for strikes.
Another 2-2, and he slapped it foul the other way. You know, at some point, maybe does Iowa consider a little short game, a little bunt, put some pressure on Nebraska somewhere else?
Yeah.
Walsh has been good.
Absolutely. I mean, just like we mentioned it maybe with Cade, you could certainly see it.
2-2, Nelson swings and sends a swinging bunt down the first base line. He's speeding down the first base line, but the throw from the pitcher, Walsh, beats him by a half a step. 1-2-3 inning for Iowa offensively now in the bottom of the 5th. It's 1-0. The Hawks with the lead. We're back for the 6th inning after this. This is Iowa baseball from Learfield.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com.
Play ball! It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schassberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box and let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Hey, Hawkeye fans, today we're talking about a little different black and gold than what you might think. Get your all-new Pac-Man scratch ticket today from the Iowa Lottery. It's available at your favorite Iowa Lottery retailer, and that's not all. With the Pac-Man Second Chance promotion, you could be
there it was.
winning $15,000 or even $25,000, plus your very own Pac-Man arcade. Enter today and find details at ialottery.com.
1-0 Iowa as we get to the top of the 6th. John Evans and John Leo with you from Duane Banks Field in Iowa City. Series opener with Nebraska. First pitch to Brumbaugh's hit on the ground is short. Gable's got it, throw over to first, and he threw it in the dirt, and Guerin could not pick it. Poor throw by Gable.
God, we were just talking about, there's a lot of activity in the Nebraska bullpen. Nobody's throwing. They're just stretching and moving as Walsh is at 67 pitches and Cade was at 81. Boy, a first pitch out in the 6th inning is a big deal, and Iowa didn't get it there with the error.
Maybe he didn't have a good grip on it because we haven't seen a throw like that from Gable this year. Brumbaugh at first base. Here's Stone. Big left-handed hitter. Swings at the first pitch. Hits it on the ground to second. Swales picks it up. Throws to second for the force out. And that's all the Hawkeyes will get. Bang, bang play at second. And Gable did his best to keep his foot on the bag reaching for that throw.
Yeah, we saw that up in Minnesota. But Gable did a good job. Instead of worrying about the turn at all, he went ahead and played first baseman there. So good job from him, and really kind of a risky play from Swales to not take the out, but Hawks will certainly take the trade, put Stone on base instead of Brumbaugh.
That's right. Speed swap will work there for Iowa. So Stone at first base with virtually no lead. Here's Dylan Carey. First pitch strike right below the letters. Iowa's shifting him to the left side with Schulte hugging the line at third. Mitchell a few steps towards third base, and then Swales to the left of second base. So 3 infielders to the left of second. Here's the 0-1. Carey shows the bunt, popped it up. Rogers dives, but can't quite get there, and it's foul, 0-2. Great effort there from Rogers.
Breaking ball busted in on Carey. Not sure if he was trying to get out of the way or if he was trying to really make sure he got the bunt down, but just a short little pop-up.
Cade's ahead here, 0-2. Obermuller ready, the pitch. Just outside, trying to go back door.
A little surprised maybe Iowa doesn't go less into the shift here with 2 strikes, but it's exactly what I was talking with Coach Bo about in the pregame.
Cade with a long pause, the 1-2. Just inside. Oh, boy.
What are we doing?
That's just too good of a pitch. That
is strike 3. Boy, Cade hits his spot. Beautiful pitch.
Got to throw another beauty here, Cade. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. The pitch. Outside and low, ball 3.
All right, the 1-2 pitch, you didn't get your call, but now you've got to come back. You can't let it.
Don't let it rule the at-bat.
Exactly.
Full count with 1 out, runner at first. Cade comes set. Big pitch right here to Dylan Carey. Here it comes.
Got him.
Strike 3 called. He got him on the outer edge. Carey thought he walked.
He probably did. Ball and a half off, but he struck out 2 pitches before, so he's net neutral.
Big strikeout of Obermuller there to settle back down and get the second out of the inning. Whew. Here's Butin back with 2 outs. First pitch from Cade is slapped foul. The Nebraska on deck circle over to the left.
A lot of deeper counts from Cade though tonight. A lot of, where he's been really efficient this year is finishing when he gets to that 2 strikes. Tonight, a little bit more of the getting to 2-2, 3-2, having to really work his way through it.
First pitch strike there on Butin back, and the 0-1. That dropped in for a strike, 0-2. Started at the elbow and then right there in the zone. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Iowa leading 1-0. Hawkeye fans getting behind Obermuller. He pauses, he pitches. Just in. Great pitch from Obermuller, but it was inside. It's a ball. Just testing his limits there a little bit, right, with that pitch?
Well, exactly. And good job from Butenbach. He was willing to wear it. Cade broke it in enough. Now go get him. I like high fastball away here. Go get him.
Let's see. The 1-2, runner takes off. Pitch is swung on and missed. Doesn't matter. 9th strikeout of the game for Obermueller. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 1-0 Iowa. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Not all internet is created equal. It's a lot like choosing a quarterback. Technically, you could sign up any new rookie provider on the block, but the success of every device in your home depends on it. Will they perform in the clutch, or will they buffer under pressure? Extreme provides the speed you need with a 100% gigabit technology network and amplified Wi-Fi. And unlike signing a quarterback, Extreme Internet requires no contracts. There's only one pick to lead your team. It's Extreme, powered by Mediacom.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com.
Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll's conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena in downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more.
Time. Good, John.
Well, there's still 30 seconds on the between innings. Will Walsh could not pitch in a Big Ten televised game because he'd have to wait.
There you go. That's a good point. TV timeouts would just crush him.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be standing there. He'd be frozen. He's so ready to go.
Ben Swales is leading off the inning. He sends it right back to Walsh. Underhand pitch to first. 1 down.
I mean, as a broadcaster, I love this guy. I mean, I love how quick he operates. I love that he throws strikes. I hate that he pitches for Nebraska. But otherwise, there's a lot to love about the guy.
Oh, yeah. He's a good pitcher.
I mean,
very fast.
He has been outstanding. That was pitch 69 for him, and so, again, I wouldn't have hated to see Ben lay down a bunt there. That pitch is across for a strike, 70 miles an hour again. It's not just that he continues to hit with all 3 pitches. That's been the difficult part.
There's been no fall off at all. 0-1 to Wilmus. Just about hit him. It was inside.
And see, we've talked about this a little bit with the left-hander on the mound, falling off to the third base side, second baseman way out there. A push bunt here if you've got it in your arsenal.
It's worth a consideration. Wilmus chased a changeup in the dirt. 1-2. Iowa very good at adjustments. Just waiting for them to make one on Walsh here. 1-2. Ben chops to third, and he fouled it off his foot, and so he'll stay put, and we'll do it again. Ouch. There's a chill in the air tonight. We won't have that the next 2 days. And we're playing tonight in front of 1,724 fans. Great crowd. It's packed.
Walsh 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. So again, he's been an action guy. He's trusting his defense.
1-2 pitch to Wilmus. Ben hits on the ground to short. Gloved by Carey. He'll throw it across. 2 down.
And for the most part, there hasn't been that solid contact. Ben's had 3 pretty good contacts with him. That one was on the ground. The first 2 are to right field.
And here comes Gable Mitchell. He's 0 for 2 today. He's got a 31-game on-base streak. Need to keep that going, Gable.
Gable has the drag bunt in his repertoire.
Yeah. First pitch drifted low and out from Walsh. That was pitch 75. Don't see his day being done anytime soon. 1-0. Gable takes a strike on the outer edge.
I'd love to see Gable look to left field then. If he doesn't want to bunt it, they're working away.
Fastball thrown by him, 1-2. Walsh is a machine right now. Mitchell will take a moment, now get back in the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Walsh out of the windup. The lefty fires. Low and out, 2-2. Iowa has not had a base runner
in 3 days.
Yeah, since the second inning, if you count Schulte at home run.
Oh, he ran the bases.
2-2. Gable lines into left field for a base hit. 2 strikes and 2 outs, and Gable sends it the other way, extending his on-base streak to 32 games.
That's exactly what I was looking for. Take that pitch. That one's down and away. Not too far away, but certainly down. And kind of like to see Reese do the same thing. Reese is really good looking into that third dark triangle, the cone out there, left center field.
First pitch to Reese Moore is a strike on the outer edge.
Yeah, this really, that's a generous strike, but this hasn't been about a generous strike zone. Walsh has just been really good.
Yes. I need to make a correction for Gable. It's up to 33 because I went back in the book to last year.
Got one last year
against Illinois. Worried about Mitchell at first base, and Walsh has thrown it over a couple times.
I don't know that I see Gable running in this situation. On one hand, you'd love to get him in scoring position. On the other hand, you don't want to give him an excuse to pitch around Reese.
I like just giving Walsh something else to think about, so I like what you're thinking. Reese hits this in the air to left field. Swanson drifting back. He's in front of the track, and he's camped underneath it for the third out. He caught it. Opposite field fly ball from Moore. That'll do it for the Hawks in the 6th. We'll go to the 7th. 1-0 Iowa leading. This is Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
FS Envision Seed Corn and FS High Soy Soybeans provide best-in-class traits and genetics that perform. In farming, bushels matter to your bottom line. Our field-proven products deliver high yields year after year. Get the seed you need from the people you trust. Contact your local FS Envision and High Soy retailer or visit fsseed.com to learn more.
Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Brown Deer Golf Club in Coralville, featuring Bunkers Bar and Grill. Enjoy a great Bunkers menu with burgers, chicken, salads, and wraps, and Gimmy's Pizza and Wings, a new pop-up menu at Bunkers that's all about savory pizzas and mouth-watering wings. To-go orders are welcome, as are you and your family at Brown Deer Golf in Coralville. Did we really just try to have a dinosaur outrun a dude along the track?
Wasn't close.
No, it wasn't. We either need a new dinosaur or...
need to pick a slower kid.
Yeah, exactly. We got to scout these guys better. There's something I could say in my day that would get me arrested these days.
All right, top of the 7th. 1-0 Iowa. Cade Obermueller back for another inning of work. He's been good. 6 innings, 1 hit. He struck out 9 Huskers, walked 2. Pitch counts at 93.
Yeah, this is probably it. So go ahead and attack the hitters here. Get after it. Get in the zone.
7, 8, 9. Swanson to lead it off. First pitch from Cade. Strike 1 on the outer part of the strike zone. Swanson 0 for 1 today with a walk. 0-1 from Cade. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
I prefer to focus on the 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Oh, yes. There you go. We're in that territory now. Cade comes set. He's ready with the 0-2 to lead off the 7th. Here it comes. Lifted foul down the right field line. That'll get out of play.
Good protect there from Swanson. Fastball from Obi, low and away.
He cooked it at 94, too.
Yeah, probably just out of the zone, but it was moving. Swanson fought it off.
0-2. Rogers sets a big target. Here's the pitch from Obermueller. Low and out. 1-2. Don't mind that pitch at all.
Nope. Love the location. Love the try. Now get back in the zone. You tried once. You didn't get the chase. Now go get him.
Rogers setting up inside. Here's the 1-2. Fouled back.
Pretty sure that's Peyton Williams' mom in the house, too. We got some of the old-time parents coming back around.
They've filled up that top row of the bleachers over there to the right. 1-2. Just high and out.
We are retaking their spots over there. The whole crew.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Swanson. Here's Cade's pitch. Ground ball off of Cade's glove. Mitchell trying to track it down. He's got it, but the throw will be late. Infield single for Swanson to start the 7th. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, well hit ball back up the middle. Cade a little off balance there.
If he lets that go, is it through or is Gable there? I don't know.
I thought it was through if he let it go. It was hit hard enough that I think it was going to bounce through. So we'll get a pinch runner for Swanson. Robbie Bolin.
He'll run.
And we will get a bunt from Will Jeske if I had to bet money.
Sure. Iowa on top 1-0 in the 7th.
Which is not allowed for anyone listening. I'm not doing on the play-by-play betting. It's not happening.
Running at first base for the Huskers, number 5, Robbie Bolin.
Bolin running. Doesn't have a stolen base attempt this year, and that's not to say that he doesn't have speed. Just hasn't given it a try. Jeske in the box, swings at the first pitch and fouled it off. He was going on the pitch.
Yeah, they went full hit and run. They did not go bunt. And he looked smooth running, so.
Still don't think the bunt is outside the realm of possibilities here. No balls and a strike on Jeske with nobody out. Cade's pitch, inside.
Yeah, Jeske gave it a ride to center field that Risley tracked down, struck out back in the 2nd inning.
Throw it over to first base, keep Bolin around.
Yeah, Cade had basically held it to the end of the pitch clock there, so instead of giving Bolin a free run at it, went ahead and tried the pickoff move.
Counts even at 1. We'll see what Jeske elects to do here. The pitch. Runner takes off. Ground ball to short. Gable's got it. His only play will be to first base for the out. He might have had a chance at second, but he struggled to get it out of his glove. And so he didn't force it and just went to first instead.
Yeah, he's just having a hard time. I think you mentioned it on the throwing error. Just doesn't come up with it clean out of his glove. Maybe he kind of palms it a little, and I think same thing there. He had a chance to get him at second.
Even on the hit and run, can you believe that?
Yeah, if he fields it clean. And more a testament of where that ball was hit. Just a perfect position to turn to that way. Unfortunately, couldn't flip it over. Now we'll see. The runner in scoring position. Coach Heller's close. Love to see him stay in the dugout here.
Overbeek the batter with a runner at second and 1 out. First pitch from Cade. Swing and a miss. Overbeek's 0 for 2 today.
Got the switch hitter here and then 2 left-handers coming up. Wouldn't mind seeing Cade getting a shot at Overbeek and Sanderson.
No balls and a strike. Checks on Bolin. Bolin's taken off for third. It's fouled back. Okay.
Well, which tells you a little bit about how desperate Nebraska is right now to try to generate a run any way possible. Hitting and running with a guy on second is not the norm.
Don't see that very often. Now the count's 0-2.
He may not have any stolen bases, but he clearly has enough speed to be trusted.
That's right. Cade checks on him at second. Inside move, throws it to second, which has been a dangerous throw all year. Made me nervous there. He got it there okay.
Especially the change-ups we throw to second base sometimes are I think we've thrown more change-ups to center field than we've thrown fastballs to center field.
Counts 0-2 on Overbeek. The pitch from Cade. Fouled back, and the runner was going again. Still want to keep that in Cade's mind. Trying to distract him and get into better scoring position.
He must have a pretty good tell on Cade. Getting a good jump. And again, he looks smooth running. He is just a glider running.
Yep. How about a strikeout here, Cade?
Strikeout, throw him out.
Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got the strikeout. 10th of the game for Obermueller. High heater.
First baseman, Case Sanderson.
2 down for Case Sanderson.
I think we're both glancing over at the dugout. I just would really rather see the lefty-on-lefty matchup here with Cade. We're going to have a timeout from Nebraska.
Will Bolt comes out to talk with Case Sanderson. Big spot here, 2 outs. Tying run in scoring position.
This may just be as simple as, hey, shorten up your swing. Here's what we want you to do. You don't need a home run. Just find the gap, poke it through.
Sanderson 0 for 3 today. He's got 2 strikeouts. But over time, advantage to the hitter after seeing a pitcher so many times. Hopefully Cade can get him one more time. Top of the 7th, Iowa leading 1-0. Runner at second and 2 outs. Cade's first pitch is a strike. It's called on the outer edge.
Yeah, you're probably less likely to see Bolin running now because Rogers has an open look at third base with the left-handed hitter up. Not suggesting it's impossible, but just a little less likely.
The 0-1 delivery. Outside with the fastball, 1-1. Good pitch, but it was away. Cade calmly comes set, ready with the 1-1. He pitches, swing and a miss, 1-2.
93 on the fastball there from Cade. Hawkeye fans, Ms. Wilmus trying to get them all to rise.
Popping up on their feet, 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Obermueller, the left-hander from the belt. He kicks and fires. In the air, left side. Wilmus sprinting over into foul ground. Schulte's there too, but it's foul and out of play. We'll do it again at 1-2.
Another good fastball from Cade. Still has good life in it. I think right now, if you show him that sweeper that starts in the middle of the plate and breaks all the way into the right-handed batter's box, I think he's walking back to the dugout with his bat.
1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Cade checks the runner at second. He delivers. Strike 3 called, and Cade lets out a roar as he comes off the mound. Huge strikeout for Obi, you bet.
If that's the end of his day, that's a pretty darn good day.
Time to stretch things out at Banks. The crowd is on their feet. It's 1-0 Hawkeyes. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com. Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family-owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Awards several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
How about this crowd at Duane Banks Field? Breaking out into a Let's Go Hawks chant with Iowa leading 1-0 as we get to the bottom of the 7th. How about a couple runs here, boys?
This is a Friday game, though. I tell you what, both pitchers, 2 hits, been fantastic.
Very high-level baseball being played by both teams tonight to start the series. Here's Miles Risley. He'll see Will Walsh for the 3rd time. Walsh has fired 6 innings of 2-hit baseball, 3 strikeouts and 1 walk.
His frisbee across for a strike.
Risley sends this in the air to right. Butenbach drifting, and just a couple steps in front of the wall makes the catch. Ball seems to be carrying over to right, not at all to left.
Iowa's hit some balls hard, just not quite hard enough or a little too high. Been kind of a close but not quite. I had forgotten that UCLA-Washington series is huge for Iowa, just in trying to get around the teams that are chasing Iowa or right around Iowa. I suppose you could say Iowa's chasing UCLA at this point.
Here's Blake Guerin, first pitch swinging and missing. The first pitch to Blake in each of his at-bats today has been off speed. He hasn't quite figured that out yet. Hasn't made that adjustment. Hasn't been a strike. The only reason it's a strike is he swung at it. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss again, 0-2.
Rutgers out-hits Purdue 10-4 and loses 2-1.
I knew where that was going.
Michigan State scored the last 6 against Northwestern. They're tied now at 9.
Guerin chased 3 pitches, and he strikes out. He's 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts. Walsh has just been that good. Blake has not been able to get a read on him.
That's really the first time, though, I thought he looked overmatched. I think the other ones he'd been kind of on time and done some good stuff. Just didn't work out. That one looked like he was not quite there. You mentioned the ball carrying to right. This would be a great time to carry one to right.
Dan Rogers is the batter. And he takes a strike to start his at-bat. Pinpoint accuracy from Walsh. Great pitch.
Yeah, I hate being so complimentary of a Nebraska guy, but wow, has he been good.
It's in the dirt, 1-1.
Knew he was a low walk guy coming in, and sometimes you just think, oh, yeah, you just kind of get away with it. You haven't faced a team like Iowa yet.
1-1. That's outside, 2-1. This will be pitch number 90 for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a low walk guy because he wears the strike zone. I mean, he's in the middle every once in a while, but he's done a great job hitting outer third, inner third.
2-1. Rogers lays off. Does a really nice job with good discipline. It's 3-1 now. Cooper Schulte's on deck. Let's give Coop a shot in this inning. 3 balls and a strike on Rogers. The pitch from Walsh. Dan hits in the air to center field. Silva moving back. He's got plenty of room, and he'll make the catch for the 3rd out.
It's 103, but to the part of the park you said's not carrying.
All right, we'll go to the 8th inning with Iowa leading 1-0. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Are aches, pains, or injuries keeping you on the sidelines? At Athletico, our movement experts are here to help you turn your setbacks into comebacks and create a personalized game plan for your recovery. With no prescription or referral needed, Athletico Physical Therapy is where your comeback story begins. Get started today by scheduling a free assessment at athletico.com. Proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Hi, this is Joe Mershman from Mershman Seeds. Substitutions cost you money. Why take their seconds when you can have our first choice? Here's Ben Paper to tell you more about Mershman Power Core Enlist corn.
We are way ahead of Big Seed on this one. This corn has 4 different post-herbicide tolerances, multiple modes of action for above-ground pests, and it is some of the highest-yielding corn genetics that are out on the market today.
If you're one of the many that got substituted on your corn hybrid last spring, contact your local Mershman Seeds dealer today and ask them about Power Core and Enlist corn. From Mershman Seeds, your friend in the field.
Top of the 8th inning in Iowa City. The Hawkeyes on top of the Nebraska Cornhuskers 1-0 in the series opener. Cade Obermuller's day is done. The Hawkeyes will go to the bullpen and bring in Anthony Watts, right-handed junior from Clive.
2-2 with a save in 12 appearances on the year, a 4.63 ERA, 23 1/3 innings. He's given up 18 hits, 12 runs, walked 7, struck out 26. Opponents hitting just .209 on Mr. Watts.
And that'll do it for Cade Obermuller, who throws 7 innings, gives up just 2 hits. He struck out 11, walked 2. He threw 112 pitches, and Nebraska's seen him for the 4th time. I think it's the right time for Cade's day to be done to end, on top.
Yeah, absolutely. But boy, did he back up his Big Ten pitcher of the week. Leaves in line here. If Anthony and any other bullpen company can do a job for him, but boy. Cade, 4 straight starts, no runs now, 9 hits in 26 innings. It's been a heck of a month for Cade Obermuller.
Watts will come right into the fire here with 2, 3, and 4 for Nebraska. Silva, Brumbaugh, and Stone. All right, Tony, it's your time. Iowa 1-0. Top of the 8th. Watts ready. From the right side, pitches a fastball for a strike to get the at-bat started with Silva.
Yeah, 26 innings in Cade's last 4 starts. 9 hits, 1 run. It was unearned.
Nails.
Very
good. Let's get him the win. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Silva's been a tough out for the Hawks today. Hit by a pitch. He also singled. He did pop up in the 5th.
Yeah, that tried to find a hole, though.
Yeah, you're right. 0-2 now. Watts ready. And he pitches. Tapped foul in the box. Silva stays alive.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, Silva, a low walk, low strikeout guy, so does a nice job putting the ball in play. Even the base hit was weak contact. The little flare that almost found a hole was weak contact, but he doesn't want to strike out.
No balls and 2 strikes. Top of the 8th. Leadoff hitter Silva. Pitch from Watts. Outside. With a fastball.
He's one of those guys that makes you start to try to do too much, to try to get him out instead of just making your pitch. Let him make weak contact and try to throw him out somewhere.
Sure. Watts comes set. He's ready with the 1-2. Here it is. This is grounded foul over to the right. He's a tough out. Doesn't strike out very much. 7 strikeouts in 69 at-bats now.
Yeah, I mean, he has more than double hit by pitch and walks than he does strikeouts, so that is outstanding.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Tony's ready to pitch. This is popped up on the infield. Gable Mitchell waves everybody off, looks up into the night sky, and he makes the catch. 1 down. Good battle from Silva, but Watts gets him.
Watts gets the win there. And again, Silva's a guy that doesn't have any extra base hits, so he's kind of just looking to slap it around and find a hole. So good first out from Anthony. Now try to get through. This is where Nebraska doesn't have a ton of power, but this is where it sits in the lineup.
Brumbaugh, the batter. First pitch from Watts is slapped foul over to the right. Brumbaugh's been on once today. He walked in the third. Reached on an error, I guess I should add, in the sixth. He's 0 for 2. Also has a strikeout. No balls in a strike. The pitch from Watts. Strike 2. Outer third. Through the 93-mile-an-hour fastball by him. 0-2.
Yeah, I think Tony surprised him with the fastball there.
And now Watts has options. Takes a deep breath. From the belt, pitches the 0-2. This is hit into the gap in right center field. Moving over is Nelson. He couldn't quite bring it in. And he gets it into second. It'll be a double. Heck of an effort from Nelson. He almost picked it off the turf. I think he had it in his glove, but he lost his glove as well. And the ball popped out. And it's a double from Brumbaugh.
Boy, let's make sure Andy's all right. That's one of the things that he'd been missing some time when he dove for a ball. I did not think he was going to be able to close that gap.
Wonderful effort from Nelson. And fortunately knocked it down. And here's Tyler Stone with one out, runner at second. Iowa leading 1-0 in the top of the 8th. Check on the runner at second base, Brumbaugh.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. That's been Tony's problem so far this year. That's a changeup that's just middle when you're ahead 0-2. You had him fooled. The location kills you there, and you can't catch that much plate ahead 0-2.
First pitch to Stone, swing and a miss over the top of the off speed. Got to move it around.
And obviously, he's not trying to throw it in the middle of the plate. It's just when you make the mistake there, you run the risk of getting punished, and he did.
0-1. Swing and a miss again, 0-2.
And then you throw two changeups like that, and those are filthy. Now keep the ball down. Find your spot here. Keep it out of the middle of the plate.
Throw it again?
No, because I don't think I'd want to go inside or lower anymore. You risk hitting him, so I'd probably throw something a little different.
No balls and 2 strikes. Watts checks the runner at second. He pitches. Low, bounced on the plate. Rogers smothered it.
He actually did throw exactly the same pitch again and then did try to lower the level even more.
I think he should go back to one of the first two. Not trying to stretch it anymore. Don't need to throw it more inside or lower. Just one of the first two. 1-2 from Watts. It's in the dirt. Runner taken off for third. Here's the throw to the bag. He got him. He's out at third base. Rogers with a seed to Schulte. We'll review it.
Yeah,
the play will be under review. It's a close play at third.
I don't think this is going to go well on review. We'll see. Big Ten Plus video is a little behind. They've got it on time on theirs. I'm of course behind.
Brumbaugh read it in the dirt, and he took off for third. Rogers whipped it over there. Call on the field is that he's out. Nebraska instantly challenges.
Terrible first-level camera work from BTN Plus.
And boy, this will be a big call here.
Oh, he doesn't get to the bag. He slides into Cooper Schulte's foot. He may be out because he never got to the bag.
And he slid feet first, which when you slide feet first, it's a little bit slower.
Brumbaugh completely beat it there, but he slides into Cooper Schulte's foot. Great job of protecting the bag from Cooper.
On our look at it, he's going to be out.
I think so. Now, again, whether his toes sneak around or whatever, but yeah, I think he's going to get punched. I thought he was safe at glance, and he was, except for I didn't see the fact that he got into Cooper's foot. Yeah, right there. He is on. He never gets to the bag.
This place is going to go nuts.
He never makes it to the bag. Great job from Cooper Schulte. I understand why Brumbaugh thinks he's safe. he's mistaken.
This will be a big call when the umpires come out of there from beyond the first base dugout.
Of course,
this crowd's having fun tonight.
Of course, every time I'm sure about one of these, I'm wrong. So,
well, you were sure that he was safe. That's what I'm going with at the beginning, John.
Yes.
That's what you were sure about at the beginning. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to wait for this review. Taking them a little time down there. That's all right, just as long as they get it right. Call on the field was that he was out. If it stands, bases will be empty.
So they have
two outs.
They have to be able to see that his foot got to the bag, and I'm not sure they're going to have a replay good enough to see that.
We look at it, he just never got there.
I mean,
and Schulte put the tag right where it needed to be. He put it down to the bag, and Brumbaugh slid into it.
Maybe his toes slid.
All right, here we go. The crowd will let you know here in a moment. Here's the call from the umpires. They're jogging out from the first base dugout. Here's the call. Safe. They called him safe.
You have got to be kidding. He didn't get to the bag.
How can that be?
Oh, that is terrible. He never got to the bag.
They've overturned the call. Somehow they called him safe now. Whoa.
Unbelievable. He never got to the bag.
All right. That makes this a big pitch. The infield comes in for Iowa. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Tying run at third. Watts pitches. Swing and a miss. He got him. 2 down. Whoa.
You're not out of the woods yet. Wow. Now the infield can go back to normal depth. Make a play. And that's a great job from Anthony Watts to keep his composure. We've had some times where maybe he's been a little frustrated and the world spun a little fast. Great job there to just buckle in and get the out.
More work to do. Runner at third and 2 outs. First pitch to Carey. He's outside. He overthrew the fastball. Be interesting to hear the explanation later, John, about that call. One way or another. Doesn't matter. However this game unfolds. Iowa leads at 1-0 in the top of the 8th. It's a pretty big call. 1-0 pitch to Carey from Watts. Strike 1 on the outer edge. 1-1.
I don't know what. I mean, yeah, to your point, it'll be interesting to tell Coach Heller what they saw that was clearly. Now, unless you're not allowed to block the bag, and then that's a whole different issue.
Sure.
But otherwise.
Count even at 1. With 2 outs, the pitch from Watts. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Here come the Hawks. Here comes the crowd up on their feet.
Stay out of the middle of the plate, Anthony.
Those wearing black and gold get on their feet. 1 ball, 2 strikes and 2 outs. Watts ready. He kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. He got him. Rogers throws it down for the 3rd out. Nebraska leaves the tying run at 3rd. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Iowa leads it 1-0. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor and a PTO Quick Connect that hooks up rear implements with a single click. John runs with us because to him, there's nothing more important than connecting with the land. Nothing runs like a Deere. Hear John's story at Deere.com.
Stop by your local John Deere dealer for a test drive today or learn more at Deere.com. Your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Iowa baseball.
For comprehensive coverage of college baseball, tune to SiriusXM, Big Ten Radio Channel 372 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app. SiriusXM is home of your favorite team and conference, including live games plus interviews and analysis. So cheer along with the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/Big Ten Radio 2025. Before we get to the bottom of the 8th inning, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Iowa leads Nebraska 1-0 in a tense, suspense-filled game. We're in the bottom of the 8th, and Iowa will see a new pitcher. Nebraska will go with Drew Christo, right-handed senior from Elkhorn, Nebraska. He's into the game to relieve Will Walsh.
One of their workhorses, 1-1, 5.74 ERA in 15 appearances. He's got a save, 26 2/3 innings. 23 hits, 19 runs, 17 of those are earned, 13 walks, 30 strikeouts. That's one of the things I should have mentioned when we started with the Nebraska pitching staff. They lead the Big Ten in fewest walks allowed. Christo's going to throw it in the low 90s from the right side. It'll mostly be fastball slider. The slider's going to move up there in the upper 80s. He'll also throw a curveball and change, though, too.
Cooper Schulte's the first Iowa hitter to see him. Ball one inside. Christo's just like Walsh. He's ready to pitch. He goes from the right side, and that's up and in on the hands. Ball two.
I have full respect for jumping on the rubber and slinging it quick.
Yeah. The Nebraska pitchers have been doing. 2 balls and no strikes on Schulte, the pitch. That's right down Broadway. 2-1.
Nobody cares but you and I, but the Penguins and the Devils are tied at 2.
Ooh. You need a point, John? Or
no.
Sorry, that was mean. 2-1. Schulte hits high to center field. Silva's going back. He's going to have plenty of room to make the grab. Schulte's crushing the ball, but that time it stayed in the park.
He hits that ball tomorrow afternoon, and it'll be bouncing down, whatever that is, Hawkins Drive. Unfortunately, a little cooler air here today. 103 off the bat. He was on the fastball, and Kellen Strohmeyer is going to get an opportunity here.
He'll pinch hit for Andy Nelson. And likely enter in right field then. Strohmeyer was spectacular against Milwaukee in the midweek. He got the start. He went 3 for 4 with a 3-run home run. First pitch to Kellen. That's low, ball one.
Funny enough, he hit all 4 balls to left field, too.
Right.
Including the home run that bounced off the Tiger Hawk.
1-0 is a fastball at the knees. It's a called strike, 1-1.
Not necessarily exactly what we've come to expect out of Kellen, and so it was great to see him show that.
1-1, inside corner at strike 2.
I'll see Christo spotted him up with 2 fastballs to see if he gives him the cutter or the changeup here.
1-2. Called third strike, low outside corner. And Strohmeyer is down on strikes.
Boy, we haven't seen that one called a strike really at all today. Unfortunate for Kellen, but with 2 strikes, I suppose you need to fight that off. That was the change, I think.
2 outs now for Ben Swales. Iowa leads it 1-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Swinging strike from Swales.
Yeah, I just need to settle it back down. Iowa hitters have been kind of out of their zone.
0-1, way outside.
Unfortunately, Kellen wasn't, but got punched, and then we've seen a few Hawkeye hitters expand their zone.
1-1, that's in the dirt. Kicked up pieces of tire, 2-1.
Just 5 strikeouts for the Hawkeyes today, but only 1 free base from Nebraska, so.
2 balls and a strike with 2 outs. The pitch to Swales. That's low. Ooh, called a strike.
What are
2-2.
Doing? Holy cow. We have had a great strike zone all day, and we have spit the bit here.
Swales bloops this into shallow right field. Right fielder coming forward. He dives, can't make the play. Swales is around first. He'll stop there. And it's a bloop single for Ben to keep the 8th inning alive.
That is a great backup from Silva, because if he's not there and that ball just kind of keeps trickling, Swales with enough speed to create a real problem.
Top of the order, Ben Wilmus is up. Ben's 0 for 3 today. Good contact for Wilmus. He'll face a right-hander in Cristo. Time is called. We'll see what Nebraska is doing here, if they're bringing in a new pitcher or discuss strategy, as they've got a mound visit underway.
Northwestern scored one in the top of the 9th to tie it at 10, so Northwestern and Michigan State head to extra innings.
How about that for a Friday game?
10-all. Whew. Illinois 3-1 over Indiana, bottom of the 7th. Washington starting a rally already on UCLA. I don't think they're going to make a change, but Ben has actually been a little bit better against left-handers this year than right-handers. So
that's a good point.
Coming into this year, you might have seen a switch, and it might have made some sense, but not as much now. But Ben certainly with some pop. Ben Swales with some speed, so you could see Iowa maybe trying to play a game, create some havoc.
All right, 2 outs for Wilmus, who's in the box. Stands in from the right side. This is a righty-on-righty matchup. Iowa on top, 1-0, bottom of the 8th. First pitch to Ben. Wilmus takes outside.
Wow. And then that one's not called a strike. Kellen Strohmeyer would like a word, please. Ooh. How about this for a weird stat? Iowa has 3 hits. They've all come with 2 outs.
Add to it. 1-0. Inside. It backed Ben off the plate, 2-0. 3 runs for each team. 3 hits, I'm sorry, 3 hits. 3 hits for each team.
2 of Nebraska's never left the infield.
That's right. 2-0 on Wilmus. Hitters count the pitch. Ben takes up and in for a called strike.
Fortunately, one of Iowa's left the ballpark.
Right. You won't see this tomorrow or Sunday.
I would think not. Not with the way the wind's blowing and with a warmer temperature.
2 balls and a strike on Wilmus. He's 0 for 3 today. Swales at first base. 2 outs, the pitch. Ben swings and misses. Good cut, 2-2.
That was just Cristo saying, here it is. What do you have in it? See if he's willing to. Ben's going to call timeout. I like this too. Instead of letting Cristo determine the at-bat, Ben goes ahead and calls a timeout. He gets to regroup here. That's a senior move.
2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs on Wilmus.
Probably look that fastball again and try to fight anything else off.
Good lead at first base from Swales. A lot of room on the right side for Wilmus. Here's the pitch. Ben takes off. It's chopped to third. Gloved by Overbeek. He'll throw out Wilmus in time at first base. All right, we'll go to the 9th. Iowa 1, Nebraska nothing. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Pioneer brand Z-Series soybeans are bred to defy expectations. So it's no surprise they're getting rave reviews. And that has more than farmers talking. In fact, a grain elevator wrote, "Sweet mother of pearl, trailer after trailer of Z-Series. It's never ending. We need a break." Safe to say, everyone is feeling the impact of Z-Series soybeans. Unleash your greatest harvest yet at pioneer.com/greatest yields.
Hey Iowa, it's George Kittle, tight end for the San Francisco 49ers and proud former Hawkeye. Life can throw unexpected hits, much like catching a pass over the middle. If you're facing struggles with drug or alcohol use or even mental health challenges, take a time out and call Your Life Iowa. Just like my teammates are there for me, the Your Life Iowa team is there for you. Get 24/7 free resources or find treatment options at yourlifeiowa.org.
A message from Iowa HHS.
Top of the 9th inning at Banks in Iowa City. Iowa 1, Nebraska 0. Hawkeyes are 3 outs away from a series opening victory. Butenbach, Bolin, and Jeske are due up for the Huskers. Anthony Watts, he gets the nod in the 9th.
How's the blood pressure, young blood?
Woo! You know, I took a relaxation techniques class as a freshman in college. I'm reaching all the way back to those years to figure out if I can work on my breathing a little bit here in the 9th. What a game this has been. 1 run, 3 hits for Iowa, 1 error in the field defensively. And Nebraska, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. Watts pitching to Butenbach to start the top of the 9th. There hasn't been a soul that's left the ballpark. They've stayed the entire way through. Let's finish it out.
Yeah, I mean, this is the spot in the lineup you kind of think you can go through a little bit. Butenbach still has a little bit of power, and you mentioned both carrying a little bit better to right.
Yeah.
So
it's a couple lefties, too, right off the rip here, unless they make a change with Bolin, but he's in the on-deck circle. Watts pitching to Butenbach to start the 9th. First pitch, here it is. Ground ball up the middle. Gable charging hard. Mitchell's got it. Throw on the run. In time. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the 9th.
And that is Mitch Bowe's shift that's got Gable Mitchell in a perfect spot that allows him to make that play relatively easily. Bolin, I think you've got to be careful now. We saw him running the bases, ton of speed, so I could see, especially with Blake Guerin so deep, he comes in a step here. A little drag bunt coming down the line with him wouldn't be a bad play.
Time is called.
Anthony gets the warning for, man, Will Walsh and Christo have been on it. And there's a timing issue that Anthony misses, I guess.
Watts' first pitch. That's low, ball 1. Bolin, this is his first at bat. Left-handed hitter, bats .310.
More strikeouts than hits, though.
Yep, 13 hits and 42 at bats, 14 strikeouts. To put value points to your message there, John. Watts is 1-0. Called strike, 1-1. Right on the inner portion of the plate.
Yeah, good changeup there from Anthony. Got it inside.
One ball, 1 strike with 1 out, bases empty. The speedy Bolin in the box. Tony takes his time and he pitches. That's low, 2-1.
Yeah, he's really tried to live with the change here. See if he challenges here with a fastball down 2-1 or if he tries to cross count him again.
Schulte still playing in at third. 2-1 delivery. High, ball 3.
And that was an aimed fastball. That was only 91 and didn't really let it go. And we already know we don't need to see the speed on base. Cale Frost, the second Iowa athlete on the roster in the on-deck circle.
Another left-handed hitter over there. Watts is 3-1. Grounded foul over to the right. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. No free bases in the 9th, boys.
Good job from Bolin. Like I said, just 3 walks on the season, but really he's been selective here. Hasn't tried to do too much.
3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Tony comes set. From the belt, he kicks and fires. Ground ball, right side. Swales has got it. He steps and throws. 2 down. That's a big comeback from Tony.
Yeah, and that's 104. But again, you're talking about a guy that doesn't necessarily have a lot of lift and power, so you go ahead and go at him. Trust your defense. And we'll see. Cale Frost represents the last opportunity.
Senior from Gilbertville. Left-handed hitter.
Just up 380.
Batting .350 on the season. Plenty of at-bats. He's got 84 at-bats.
250 on the season.
What did I say?
350.
All right, 250, John.
Don't oversell him.
29 strikeouts in 84 at-bats.
The 5 home runs is what Coach Bolt's looking at.
2 outs, bases empty. First pitch from Watts. Popped up, straight back. Good start from Tony. 0-1.
Here's another funny stat for you. Iowa does not have an at-bat. Forget not having a hit. Does not have an at-bat with a runner in scoring position. Ooh. That is unbelievable. And again, just a testament to how good Nebraska pitching has been tonight.
No balls and 1 strike on Frost. The pitch from Tony. High and out. 1-1. Tony still cooking, mid-90s.
Yeah, that was 94. He got it up there good.
Count even at 1 with 2 outs in the 9th. Iowa leading 1-0. The pitch from Watts. Low and in. Ball 2.
It's a great pitch. Good location, but really nice job there from Frost to not chase it. That's the pitch that Stone swung over the top of twice.
See Tony's best here. 2-1 with 2 outs. Nobody on for the Huskers. The last chance. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
How does high cheese look to you?
Iowa fans on their feet. Two balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Watts is ready. He comes set. From the belt, he pitches. Just outside. Ball 3. Good pitch from Watts. Off the edge outside.
I'd love to complain, but umpire Ewell did not give in to peer pressure.
Full count. Fans still on their feet. Nobody seated. 3-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. That's a Hawkeye winner. 1-0. Yes.
I don't know that I remember the last 1-0 game we were a part of. Outstanding, and Iowa shows why they're the best pitching staff in the Big Ten.
7th shutout of the season for the black and gold. How about that?
Wow, Anthony Watts, save number 2. Cade Overmuller with the win. What a ball game.
We'll be back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products. We've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
Great start to the series for Iowa. A 1-0 shutout victory over Nebraska to get things off on the right foot. We'll be back here tomorrow. First pitch at 2 o'clock. Pre-game coverage will begin at 1:30 on the Hawkeye Radio Network as Iowa will go for a series win tomorrow. It's a 1-0 victory for Iowa today over Nebraska. The 7th shutout of the season for Iowa, leading the Big Ten. John Evans, you get the first word of postgame.
God, I don't even know where to start. I mean, I guess I do. What an outstanding pitching duel there. I mean, if Will Walsh didn't pitch for Nebraska, I'd feel bad he got the loss. I mean, he was outstanding. You know, Walsh goes 7 innings, gives up 2 hits. One of them, unfortunately for him, was a big mistake as it sent it out of the ballpark. Just walked 1, struck out 4, 91 pitches. He super efficient. But the Iowa staff, Cade Obermuller, 7 innings, 2 hits. Both of them were infield hits. 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. He did hit a couple batters. Anthony Watts comes in, gets the save with 2 innings pitched. But Iowa pitching struck out 14 batters. I mean, they were just outstanding in the zone, all the clutch pitches. You look back, Nebraska 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Just couldn't get, I mean, there were only 6 hits in the game, so it's not like anybody could really get the timely hit. But, boy, they couldn't come up with the big one, and Iowa did enough, man. And Cooper Schulte he only had 1 hit to show for it, but he hit the ball hard and gets the game-winning knock.
I don't really know the last time. I didn't really think it was possible that we could have a 1-0 game in college baseball. You would just think that there would be something that would go one way or another, but Iowa gets the big hit from Cooper Schulte and wins the series opener 1-0 over Nebraska. We're joined by Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. The BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for $0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months. Plus, save up to $1,500 on select equipment. Now through September 30th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Check out Kubota's winning lineup. Visit KubotaUSA.com to find your local dealer.
Iowa takes the series opener, shutting out Nebraska 1-0 at Banks this evening. Great day for baseball, great crowd on hand, and the Hawkeyes produce with a series opening win. We're joined by Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland. Coach, congrats on the big win.
Yeah, it was a throwback Friday game where offense was certainly hard to come by. Both pitching staffs did a great job and kind of hanging on every pitch, and what a fun atmosphere, and appreciate the crowd, and hopefully we got a couple more good ones coming forward here.
I don't know that I've seen a game played like that on both sides. The pitching was outstanding. Just take us inside the dugout there from an offensive perspective, going up against Walsh and Christo there.
Well, I credit him. I mean, he did a great job. We were in the blender, man. That's the thing you try to avoid. He does a great job mixing pitches, and he was commanding everything. He's commanding three pitches at once, and makes it tough. It just kind of gets you off a pitch, and you're on the next pitch. And credit to him, man. It was a bunch of weak contact. We didn't really punch a lot. We hit some balls hard. I thought Cooper had a really good night. Obviously hits the home run, but he was on his barrel all night. But the rest of us just really struggled, putting quality at bats together. I mean, we were under 10 probably for the game. But that's credit to them, and we didn't do a great job of just kind of imposing our will. That he was imposing his, and credit to him. And we didn't really get anything going. I don't even know if we had a guy to second base all night. I think it was Coop's home run, and then we had the single there. He walked one guy, and a 2-out single from Gable. So it was a frustrating night, but credit to him. And on our side, about the fourth inning, I looked at Mitch, and I'm like, man, they're grinding Cade. They're grinding him out a little bit. But to credit to Cade, I think he got stronger as the night went on and ends up getting a 7. I thought that was really important. If he gets a 6, now you're talking about having to get 9 outs out of the bullpen instead of 6, and it just makes a really big difference. So credit to Cade and really putting his feet on the ground and sticking to it and getting a 7. And then Anthony was great out of the pen, and some big punch outs there when Brumbaugh, gets the double. Andy almost makes an incredible play, but then he punches out Stone, punches out Carey. Just some big time baseball, and really proud of our guys. We needed, we haven't won a lot of these games. It's kind of been an offensive deal a lot, the last month and a half. And, you look back to the 3 losses in the Big Ten, it's an extra inning loss and 2 one-run games, right? So you win a one-run game on a night that it was really tough to score runs. So it says a lot about your guys and their effort and their focus.
Could you feel the energy from the crowd tonight, Coach?
Yeah, I think we can even do better. I can challenge them, not from a number standpoint, but if there's a punch-out needs to be going, on our feet, be loud, create that atmosphere. But it was great. It was great atmosphere. Appreciate people coming out. You can talk, and it doesn't need to nice to be silent until the end result. Let's work up to the result. But great crowd, and I expect the same thing tomorrow. I think we have a great crowd. I know there's the Hawk Nest tailgate. That stuff going on. So hopefully we'll pack it again. And from being the offensive guy, I hope we can do a little bit better and put some better at-bats together. But, man, the game's hard, and some nights are like this, and you got to figure out ways to win. And we did that, and certainly, what we did on the mound was really the main reason we figured out a way to win.
Looking forward to tomorrow, Coach. Congrats on the win tonight.
Thanks, John.
Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland, our post-game show from Banks. We're back with highlights right after this. Iowa 1, Nebraska 0. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Play ball! It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schasberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box, so let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Every day, you're out there, up before the sun, and pushing forward before the chaos of the day settles in. At Great Southern, we're right there with you because we understand the need for trusted support. Having a team that is seasoned, agile, ready, an award-winning team that knows their customers personally and is behind them at every step. There to assist you, inspire you, and echo your inner dialogue in those quiet moments. Keep going. Whether you're getting ready to meet the day or working on something big, we're your team. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC.
The Hawkeyes win a tense thriller tonight at Banks, 1-0 over Nebraska. Will Walsh with the loss for the Huskers. Cade Obermuller improves to 4-2 on the season. Anthony Watts picks up his second save. Iowa now 22-10 overall, 13-3 in the Big Ten. Just picked up the 10th home win of the season. Let's hear the highlights of today's 1-0 winner. Walsh's pitch. Cooper crushed it to left. A no-doubter from Schulte. He hit it over the scoreboard. How about that? Counts even at 2 now. Cade's worked it back. The pitch. Chopped left side. Gable with a long run. Backhand stop. Throw from the hole. Got him! How about that? Pitch right here to Dylan Carey. Here it comes.
Got him.
Strike 3 called. He got him on the outer edge. Carey thought he walked. He delivers. Strike 3 called. And Cade lets out a roar as he comes off the mound. Huge strikeout for Obi. You bet. Watts ready. He kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. He got him. Rogers throws it down for the third out. Full count. Fans still on their feet. Nobody seated. 3-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. That's a Hawkeye winner. 1-0. Yes. Exciting, tense, thrilling night at Banks tonight, and Iowa comes out on top 1-0. We'll do it again tomorrow, 2 o'clock, first pitch. Our pregame coverage begins at 1:30 on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Hope to see you at the ballpark. If not, we'll have the radio coverage for you. That'll do it for our coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball tonight. Iowa beats Nebraska 1-0 to start the series. For my great board op down the line, Michael, excellent job as always. My color analyst, John Evans, I'm John Leo saying so long from Banks. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Every day is a great day to be a Hawkeye. Some are just a little bit better than others. So long, everybody.
Iowa Hawkeye Baseball has been brought to you by
Iowa corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. Mid-American Energy. Call 811 before you dig. It's the law. Visit midamericanenergy.com for natural gas safety tips. U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Also brought to you by Wellmark, here for every member, every moment. Learn more at wellmark.com. U.S. Bank, proud to sponsor the Iowa Hawkeyes. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.